have you guys noticed by now that I like to start right on time? So shout out to everybody who's in the chat already. We got Young Mope. We got the Blockchain Cowboy. I got to give a special shout out to Blockchain Cowboy. He's been doing it real big in the profit circle. And today, man, we're going to keep it 100. I always keep it 100 with you, but Bitcoin dropped below 100K. So I'm going to keep it 100 with you like I always do. But we're also giving away a $100,000 breakout prop evaluation. So, you know, we keeping it 100 today, extra special 100 today. So everybody out there, please like the video. I mean, like the live stream. Say something in the chat. What's popping, y'all? And shout out to the Profit Circle, man. You guys been doing it real big, man. We've been week in and week out crushing it, man. It's just this morning, Blueberries even talked about how he's like, man, yeah, the big KOLs on Twitter say something that I said 20 days ago. You know? So anyways, man, Blockchain Cowboy, holla if you can hear me, man. How's the sound sounding, man? Let me know. Let me get some feedback here on the chat. But got a lot of stuff to go over today, and we're going to talk about the real reason, you know, TA works, like what it means. I also want to talk about Servanto in the house. What's going on? Let me know, Servanto, too, how you can hear me on the chat here. I mean, on the let me know through the chat how the sound sounds. I feel like I got a little echo or something, but you know, if the music sounds good and everything else, let me know in the chat. So anyways, yeah, we should be live right now. Let me see. I don't know. I should make sure this shit is going through. Okay, sounds good. All right, right on, Blockchain Cowboy. Okay, cool. So yeah, today, so I'm gonna do the rundown real quick. Some stuff I want to talk about. We're gonna call out Bitcoin is hitting the deck right here. First thing I gotta say, nothing on this show is financial advice. Make sure you do your own research, but I'm always telling you the real of what I see, how I see it, and you know, other people may have a different perspective, but like, I got a long time in the game, and I do want to mention that. This is what I do want to start off by saying. I think I need to emphasize for some people how long I've really been doing this. Like, I really do know crypto. And when I say I know crypto, I don't just mean trading. I mean, I know market mechanics. I understand the players involved. You know, I actually had to write down some of my thoughts, you know, before I started this show. I usually have some notes for what I want to go over, but like, for anybody who's just joining, who's new to Cassius Cuvée, you know, we're getting a lot of new people in the Profit Circle. Shout out to all the new people. Make sure you say something in the general chat if you're new too. We're going to welcome you. It's a great trading community. We support each other. We don't have to agree on every trade, but me personally, I want people to tell me if my trade setup looks crazy. So feel free to share it. People give their honest feedback. No one has to do anything that anybody else don't want to do. But, you know, sometimes like a sanity check is what I call it. But I just want to go down a couple of things here. Really, I have been in crypto for over 5 years, finance over 6 years. Started in TradFi. You know, we're doing big trades in stocks. Learned from some really like old school guys, some real old school TradFi guys. Made the swap over to crypto more so after my music video got played on CNBC. I was a guest on CNBC, and we were talking about different trade setups. I've had people like Guy Adami on my show. I used to have a show called Poppin' Crypto with Cassius Cuvée, and I had a DJ, and I'd write a custom song, you know, I'd perform it for every CEO and founder that I had on the show. I interviewed founders and CEOs of Web3 projects. I learned a lot about crypto, like from the people who actually do it. Not just from Twitter, right? From the mouth of CEOs and founders and people who were at that time, at least building projects. Some are still around, of course, a lot are not. And so that's like the technicals and the believing of blockchain technology and how proof of stake works versus proof of work, that kind of thing. And then, of course, in the finance aspect as well. And then at that time, there was a lot of NFTs. So I learned about how art, tech, and finance all combined, right? Shout out, Matt. I see you in the chat, Idema. Let's see right there. Okay, you got the post notification right on. All right, cool. So, I mean, I just want to say this, man. I've been doing this for a long time. For anybody who's new watching this maybe on replay, just want to give a little bit of background information because I know the influencer side of things as well. The KOLs as key opinion leader. I remember that was not a word when I first got into the business. But, you know, I hosted the Influencer Awards earlier this year in Las Vegas. So I really do know a lot of people in the game. You're not just talking to some guy who only never leaves, you know, the studio. And, you know, I'm actually out there. You feel me? So I'm actually out there doing my thing, meeting people. We're going to Miami next month. Shout out my man Loudmouth. We're going to be doing it big down there for Art Basel. You know, Miami's a crypto town for sure. So, you know, we've been down there showing off the Bitcoin piece for sure. But, you know, a lot of the things that I can't say on here, I have the luxury of keeping it real with y'all because I'm not a paid shill. I have my partnerships on the screen, and I want to mention what the difference is. Breakout Prop and Fimex are trading platforms. Breakout Prop is a prop firm where you can get up to $100,000 of their money to trade with if you pass their evaluation. I got to quickly mention too, of course, we're having a giveaway contest right now because it ends in 1 week. It ends on the 22nd. So you can get multiple entries, as you can see here. Basically, all you got to do to enter is use my discount code GGRF7W to purchase an evaluation. I may earn a small commission for that, which helps the channel, but you also get to save money on your evaluation. And then in this case, you also get entered into a contest. Now, I don't get to pick the winner, so I can't play favorites. Breakout Prop does that for me, and they're going to tell me who the winner is, and I will email them and contact them, and then they'll make sure that you get your 100K evaluation. I think they said it got 7 to 10 days. So we've run this contest in the past. We had some winners. We had one guy win it last time. It was only $10,000 last time, though. This is the first time they ever given away $100,000, $100,000 evaluation. He had been waiting, and he hit me up. There was 5 winners for the 10,000, and then he hits me up, and I said, "Did you get the winner?" They emailed me. They told me that you got it. He's like, "Yep, I got it, and I already passed." He passed it in the first hour. Okay, as soon as he got it. So people, he got funded. Is what I mean. Passed his evaluation. So he got funded for his $10,000 immediately. So shout out to that guy. I can't remember what his name was. Legal Money. Legal Money got that. So that segue real quick into the profit circle. I do want to call out the group because really, y'all been killing it. So last time I was here, I was out of town last weekend. I just did it from the hotel room. But last weekend, the weekend before last, I announced that I was giving away 10 lifetime memberships to the Profit Circle. Now, this was based upon the chat bot. Not the chat bot, but it's like a tracker inside of my Discord that shows who's the most active. And so I didn't just pick random people. It was automatically ranked. Myself and my admin, he showed me the data. He's like, these are the top 10 people. So basically, where is it? Somewhere in here is there's a tracker that shows who's the most active. And basically that was how we determined who got the 10 free lifetime memberships. So anyways, once you become a member, you are an official wave maker. And that means you get access to all of the other channels. So the other channels on the left-hand side here are, so when you're just regular, you get access to the win channel. So you can see we've been winning. This is the group. Everybody can post in here who's winning. And the general chat, anybody can come in here and see things. Oh, quick shout out T-Teaser this morning, putting out there the key events this week. So that's the thing, we help each other out. He's got the news on here, the Fed manufacturing data, Fed meeting minutes, NVIDIA earnings, which is another one. I'm like, man, 3 months have passed already. So I'm glad that we have these type of things because, I don't know, just don't keep track of everything every week, right? So appreciate T-Teaser for that. And, I definitely want to call out, this is the thing. When you become verified, this is one of the best things. We have what's called the Future Trades channel. And some people like Blueberry right here, he's been killing it in there. FXG has been killing it recently, and you can see he was winning here. He called out something here. He's like, man, we had this scam wick right here come right after he was winning, going down. And what I was saying is basically, this kind of thing happens. We like to short shit coins that pump for no reason. I call it the Wile E. Coyote trade, where something goes up and then it fell off the cliff, but it doesn't know because the rest of the market is tanking that it doesn't know it's supposed to fall. And then it looks up and it realizes like Wile E. Coyote, that's all, folks. And then it drops, right? So we were talking about that, one of those this morning. Let me see. This is the general chat. So we're pretty active in here. Gosh, we got to go back. That was early this morning when I woke up like 5 or something. And he's been doing a great job of talking about calling out trade setups. So opportunities basically for people to make money. We there's a million tickers, you know what I'm saying? So we don't necessarily see all of them all by ourselves, but that's why we have the group, the Profit Circle. So everybody can participate and get an opportunity. So that's the Future Trades channel. Now the thing is, you don't get to see the Future Trades channel unless you are a verified wave maker. So to verify, all you got to do is create a Femex account. Check out the welcome video here. I'm gonna update it here, but basically the welcome video just says you got to create a Femex account, and then you use your user. It's a free to create a Femex account, but the Profit Circle is $99 a month, but I give everybody a chance to check it out for 1 month for free because I want you to deposit that $99 into your own account, so that way you have some money to trade with, right? So you do it on Femex, GMMNX5. I'm an official partner with them, so you actually get special perks. I can't even say all of them on here publicly, but you'll know as soon as you create an account with Femex, which you don't have to do if you use my link, and then there's also more bonuses you qualify for. But then our bot inside of here on the verify channel, you just click this and then you'll put in your user ID. Once you do that, it automatically verifies you that you created a Femex account with my invite link, and then you can just go get your free trial. Click over here, get free trial. It takes you to WAP, you put in your information, and boom, you're in. Then all the other channels open up. So I have things in there like bullish and bearish tickers. That means like recently. So one of my strategies is I go long strength and short weakness. So what that means is, and we look on a chart here now, we can get over to the charts. What that means is, if a ticker, this is Bitcoin, right? But if a ticker is relatively strong, like for example, Zcash, that's going to be on the bullish ticker chart. So it's like, if you have a bullish bias right now, this might be a ticker you want to go long because it's been strong. If you have a bearish bias though, you might want to trade Moondeg because look how much Moondeg dropped here, okay? This is the hourly chart, right? So relative to Bitcoin, Moondeg has been bearish this weekend. So, most coins have been bearish, right? So that's basically one of the things that I like to have called out because, again, there's just so many tickers that you get these opportunities. Plus, if you're trading on Breakout prop, then, they don't have all of the tickers that FIMEX has. So that's why we also have FIMEX because we call a lot of stuff out. Now, here's Breakout prop. I like to trade Moondeg on there. I'm in this Bitcoin long, and we're going to come back to that in a second. Just hanging out, man. Oh, what's up, Steve? How you doing, Steve? Make sure you guys, if you guys are new in the chat here, make sure you join the Profit Circle. The link is in the description of this video. And, it's free to jump into the general chat. So you can go in there, say what's up, so we can welcome you and, show you the ropes and whatnot. If it's not me, it's going to be somebody else. We look out for each other in there. So basically, that is really what I want to say to get started here. Basically, I've been doing this a long time, and I've got a deep understanding of how crypto works. And that's one of the things I want to call out because sometimes the technicals aren't what I'm trading off of. Overall, it's market psychology. And this is really important. I'm going to get into this a little bit later in the show, but this is showing us the history of what occurred. And we're trying to determine what's going to happen in the future based on history. But that's not always how it works. What's really happening on a price chart is somebody is pressing buy and pressing sell to make this go up and down. And I talked about this yesterday with Blockchain Cowboy. He was talking about a cup and handle. And that was in the Profit Circle. And so for me, I don't really see, I tracked cup and handles for hell months because there were some people, friends of mine, so we remain unnamed, who like to talk about trading them so much, these chart patterns. I'm like, bruh, I don't know about that because I tracked it and that should be wrong. And basically, the reason people are successful is because of bankroll management. I don't know about chart patterns. I think that some chart patterns are better than others. Like right here, we got a little head and shoulders type of situation here on Bitcoin. But man, we could draw a million lines and price could bounce off a million things like that. You feel me? So I'm going to get into that a little bit later. There is a reason though why TA works, why support and resistance works, and it's because you could clearly see this white line right here at 106.438 has been a support and resistance range, right? But again, support and resistance can and will eventually get broken, right? It broke support here, turned into resistance here, and Bitcoin came lower. The reason is because what really is happening is a lot of money is changing hands at these points. That's really what's going on. So psychologically, people who bought or sold at this place are either trying to get their money back, right? Or it revisits there and they want to get back out and break even. That's kind of what happens a lot of the time. So there's a lot of money changes hands here, and it's like one man's trash is another man's treasure, ends up becoming a level of support and resistance because that's like where the battleground ends up being. So that's why these things make sense. But not all of the lines on the charts make sense. I think what happens with TA guys is they kind of get ahead of themselves thinking that this is what is driving price. No, what drives price is someone pressing the buy button and someone pressing the sell button. Basically that. You can be a short seller, but basically it's people pushing the market in one direction or the other, and it manifests on the chart. The chart itself is not making things go up or down. So when a coin has a ridiculous fervor or something's going hecka high like Zcash or, back in December or after the election in November when everything's going straight to the moon, those type of price actions, a chart is not gonna, it kind of goes out the window a little bit. Even actually today, Blueberry mentioned, he's like, look, I use Market Cipher B. A lot of us use Market Cipher B down here, or just Market Cipher in general. And he's like, the dots stop meaning a lot at some point. These are momentum waves. They mean less when you're in a strong momentum. And that's true. The higher dots usually more powerful, but the stronger the momentum, the less power they end up having. So again, I'm gonna go in more detail here. I want to give you guys a rundown here because I got a lot I want to go over today. There's a lot of things that crypto Twitter is kind of having to come to terms with now because the price of Bitcoin, like I said, it dropped below 100K and a lot of people are starting to panic. I remember it was just a couple weeks ago and people were like, Bitcoin will never go below 100K again. And I'm like, guys, I'm trying to protect you from getting wrecked. I really don't know what else to tell you. If you haven't seen some of my P&Ls, look on my Twitter. Okay, I'm at Cassius Cuvée. I just reposted the one today. some people are just like, I don't know what it is. They want to defend these big accounts, these people who were scamming everybody with their pump and dump schemes and everything like that. And it's like, nah, man, like the little accounts are different because I'm not a paid shill. No meme coin is coming to me. It's like, I'll give you 50,000 meme coins so you can pump this and then you can just rug all of your followers. Like, I didn't do that. I'm not big enough. So it ends up being a thing that is like an inverse of, as we sit here today with Bitcoin under 100K, altcoins have been decimated, especially the meme coins. And I made a killing on those because of the fact that I shorted the hell out of them when I saw the fervor going up. The charts didn't really help me that much, right? I'll just show you an example. One of my favorites to short was Moon Day. Look how much this has come down. I have a short from up here. You know what I mean? When was this? This is a weekly chart. The last time I was up here was December 2nd. This is never going to make it back up there. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what the tokenomics are. It doesn't really matter, bro. Like, this is a meme coin. There's no intrinsic value, and there's a countless that look like this. Do you know this cycle there was 26 million cryptos? Last cycle there was 20,000. We thought that was a lot. The small accounts weren't paid to pump this shit, you guys. It was the big accounts. So we were the ones looking out for people, and we were the ones who were trying to keep it real because I had no reason to do anything other than keep it real with you. You get what I'm saying? So like, that's why I've been honest since way back here. I didn't even start live streaming until this year. I was so dialed in right here trading on Breakout prop. Man, made a killing on Degen. I wish they still had Degen. Oh, I wish they still had Degen on Breakout prop. That was my bread and butter. Also Mother. Oh, Mother was another great one. Remember Iggy Azalea had Mother? Oh, that was a great short right there. I would just short every single pump. And that's why I put in my song on the Crashing Waves. I'm going to short that stupid piece of shit until it's delisted. And I've been keeping my word. I got all those shorts open still. And this is from before I had the profit circle. So it was like, they're my old account on Fimex, but I'm just letting them ride. And then every once in a while, one comes up, it gets delisted. Okay, that's all she wrote. One just came up this week. I don't know what I was up for, 4,500% or some crap on it. You guys, TA is not going to tell you when to call the peak of this ridiculous fervor that occurred right here. So that's what I've tried to do, is give like a reasonable perspective here. I'm not a moon boy. I'm proud of the fact that the profit circle doesn't have a bunch of moon boys in it, and moon boys would honestly probably get scared away, to be honest with you, because of the fact that, here's the market analysis, because of the fact that our guys keep it real. See, here's the thing. When you're a day trader, we find out if you were right or wrong quick. You see? So the people who give you those long-term, those big old long perspectives, 6 months from now, a year from now, man, don't nobody know what the hell is going to happen in a crypto market a year from now, bro. Not like specifically, not for a trade, you know what I'm saying? So like, they can tell a lot of stories and make a lot of predictions, and then when 6 months goes by, they can go back and be like, see, I told you I was right about this one. It's like, yeah, well, you made a prediction every single day for 6 months. It's something better become right. You only got two choices. The price is going up or it's going down. You know what I'm saying? So like, I got to keep it real with y'all. You know what I mean? And that's what I like about our group, is that like, when you're a short-term trader, we're trading day trading, we're doing hours, shit, it might be 10 minutes. But like a short-term swing tradings, rarely is anyone keeping anything open for a week, even in our group. Like, you get to find out pretty quick who was right and who was wrong, and also people can't lie to themselves either. You know what I mean? We got money on the line here. We trying to make money. I mean, listen, I hope if you're here, it's because you're trying to make money. So a lot of the stuff I'm telling you, I know these are somewhat generalizations, and we can get into specific trading strategies that I have with Market Cipher B especially, and then Market Cipher A as well. But like, some of this stuff is like, you have to unlearn what all of crypto Twitter sold you. And that's what I had to do, at least, because when you're new, you don't know no better. You're like, I was watching CNBC every day, and sure, I learned a lot. I'm on YouTube, I'm on Twitter, and it wasn't until someone, like, I had like a mentor, old school TradFi guy, take me under his wing, and like, we're on a Saturday, and he's explaining to me how SPACs work and how, these corners of the stock market works, like the mechanics of the market, and we traded together. So we would be in the trenches. When I say the trenches, I picture a trench in the war, in World War II or something, where it was like the shorts would be on one side, and we'd be the longs on the other side, and we got the order book open, and he put up his wall, and the other dude put up his wall. This is like millions of dollars on the line, bro. I didn't have millions, but he did. I just had hundreds of thousands. And so like, we're like, okay, we're buying. What we hoping was to happen is that the short would pull the goalie basically, and then it causes like a short squeeze. It breaks through their line, and then you go up and then you take profit. It was a hell of a thing, because you're like dialed in, you got all this money on the line. You're like, holy shit. Well, I learned a lot from that, okay? And this is what I learned was like the mechanics of the markets. And I think a lot of new people, especially in crypto, you don't really know that, how that shit works. You're like, oh, so-and-so said so-and-so coin is going to go up, and I listened to so-and-so, and he was right for like a day or even a week maybe. But look at all those charts that just went up and came all the way back down. This is not even a meme coin. This is Aptos. You know what I'm saying? This is not even like a complete scam or anything. And it's just like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like these coins are just way down here, all-time low type shit, you know? And unfortunately, that's what crypto became. And listen, I got long-term bags I'm still holding from 2021. So I learned the hard way just as much as everybody else, which is why this cycle, when I saw meme coins leading the charge, Pepe is what kicked it all off. I was like, hold my beer, this is fake. I even wrote it in the rep. What's going up in here? I ain't one to duck in fear. You want to trade memes? Fine, then here, hold my fucking beer. Here's Whiff. Oh, I think Whiff was the one that got delisted. Whiff. I remember when BitBoy said Whiff is going to be the chosen meme coin of this cycle. You know, it's like, bro, this is Whiff now, you know? So I feel bad for all of the new people in retail who came in here listening to some KOL on Twitter and they bought way up here and you just lost all of your money. Like all of it, you know? It's like, God damn. So that's why I have the passion to keep people from getting wrecked. So, you know, whoever's the person on Twitter trying to argue with me about that, like, you don't know me, obviously, and you haven't been paying attention because I've been preaching the same thing this whole entire time, trying to protect retail from losing all their money because I know what it's like when you're new to come into the game here. So this is my standard Bitcoin chart that I look at. This blue line, I call it, this is like they call this line a extended line, a little bit different than this is just a trading view thing, but basically we broke through that line. Not a good sign, but to me, everything was looking at market cipher B down here. So the main thing is this weekly red dot, the 2-week red dot, and then the big 1 month red dot, which shows me, and then I can't even do it on this chart. I have to go to this chart to see the 2 month red dot. That is a strong downward momentum signal for Bitcoin. All right. And you can see here, this chart here, showing where it bounced off every time. Now, you know, sure, it might have came back up. It might come back up again, but when? This is the 2 month chart, y'all. So, like, if we started the down cycle here, boy, let me put it just on the 1 month chart just to be a little more, zoomed in. If this is what we're looking at, I mean, I'm currently expecting a bounce right now. We've got longs open in Breakout, Prop, and FIMX, but like, it's not looking so good. You know, this could come down. You know, I'm thinking maybe we get a little bounce. This is getting ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a pretty big candle here. I'm thinking we get somewhat of a bounce, but to how high? I don't know, man. You know, I really don't think it's going to bounce that high. You know, what is that, about to 100K? It could bounce it off that psychological level of 100,000 and come back down again. I mean, I've been on record already as saying that I think we reached the top of this cycle. Ethereum, which is historically supposed to lead altcoins, ETH is dunzo. You know what I'm saying? I got a short way up here. What is this? 4690. I've been posting that P&L. It's still open. I think it was the top. You know what I mean? I wish I had gotten 4700. We were watching it so hard that day. We were shorting so much. But like, this is Ethereum right now. You know what I mean? Like, boy, to reverse this much momentum, we got a 2-week red dot. We got a 1 month red dot showing on Ethereum now. You know, we don't have the 2 month yet, but like, it's coming. You would have to have a lot. It takes a lot. You see how this went all the way down and it takes a while to reverse that, you know? It takes a while. And this was when Ethereum was going dummy right here. So I'm not bullish overall, but for right now, right now, I do have a long open in Bitcoin. You know, my bet is this, and we talk about this in the Profit Circle too. So anybody's in the market analysis channel, in the Profit Circle, you've seen the conversations. Me and King Jackpot been talking a lot about it. We also Blockchain Cowboy and Blueberry, whatnot. We're seeing that, like, I'm kind of just betting on like enough's enough. I'm hoping this is a little double bottom here. You know, at first I got in here, I got out, stopped out 1 point in time, re-entered. And basically, I'm just thinking like enough's enough. At some point, Bitcoin's going to get a little bit of a bounce. Now, Bitcoin's been like the strongest ticker this whole entire cycle. So when I go long, I usually go long Bitcoin and maybe something else. I jumped in a BNB long as well. And it's like, there's not that many tickers I trust to go long. But Bitcoin's been holding up strong. I rarely go long, guys. I've been shorting like crazy. Anybody in the Profit Circle knows that by now. But this one right here, we're showing a lot of weakness, y'all. I thought maybe we could get a long run. The fact that this even came down to here this morning, this is the play. And me and King Jackpot were talking about it. we're thinking that maybe, and this is where the stock market comes in. I've been saying it all cycle. The stock market has been leading this whole cycle. So I'm thinking, guessing, hoping that the stock market might have a bounce. The stock market's been pretty bearish. So this is my outlook on the stock market. I drew this before I got on the live stream, okay? So check it out. This is the QQQ, which is the NASDAQ 100. This is the top 100 stocks in the NASDAQ, basically driving the whole stock market. So I circled this area here and this area here because this was his last big run up. And then we had a little peak and it came back down. We had what looked like a dead cat bounce. I thought maybe that would be the top of the NASDAQ, even though NASDAQ really hard. And then it came down. We got this big green candle. And I'm wondering if that is this, whereas this was the peak, came back down here. This is a question mark just in the middle of the circle. I'll just delete that basically. Oops, the whole circle, my bad. But basically this was like, is that a dead cat bounce? And then this long green candle, is that this candle? And we're, because that means the day started way down here, but then it went green, it went bullish for that whole day, right? We can go on to the 45-minute hour or something. You see the day opened here, but then it bought that dip. It started to fade though. So now the question is Monday, we're in a weekend, so we don't get to see the futures. This is the futures ticker we use now, NDQUSD. Now I want to know, I think maybe stocks get a bounce because stocks have been relentless. This whole entire cycle, stocks have been relentless. So I'm basically betting on somewhat of a bounce here on Monday. And then Bitcoin, Bitcoiners thinking it's a relief rally, and then maybe they shoot up. I don't know how high they shoot, right? I'm hoping they get up way up here. I'm not sure if they will, but I don't think we're running back to all-time highs. So that's my one swing trade really, is this bet on that Monday is bullish for stocks. But then after that, I don't know. I'll probably be taking profit, probably no matter what, if I'm in profit. Overall, I like to scalp. So anybody who's been following me for a while now knows that I have my scalping strategy. And honestly, it's just, the reason is because it's a safer bet. You take the profit as soon as you see it. So the way that would work right now, and put on Bitcoin, would be basically you're trading with the 1 hour trend and you're in and out of the 10-minute waves on Market Cypher B down here. Now, if you guys don't know what Market Cypher is, it's been invented by Crypto Face. It is an indicator that you can purchase, and he pre-programmed all these momentum waves. So the reason why I like this, and I called this out when I was talking to Blockchain Cowboy too, in the Profit Circle, I left the audio recording in the group, is that this doesn't change. So everything up here, I can draw as many lines as I want, trend line here, there, everywhere. All of that is my opinion. That's all subjective, okay? So when you see all these TA guys drawing all these lines, remember, that's just their opinion. But Market Cypher B, I can't change this. This is what it is. So I don't get to determine when the green dot shows up or not. I just know that it means it's been bullish. As you can see right here in the 1 hour, right? We caught a big move on the green dot. Now the question is, when did it actually occur? So anybody who's new to this may not know how Market Cypher works, but basically this dot occurs when this light blue wave crosses the dark blue wave. It's kind of a derivative of the MACD. I'm not exactly sure how to make it, right? But basically that's showing that the momentum is going upwards. There's multiple things down here. There's RSIs, there's money flow, there's other things, but my starting point is always on the dots, okay? So we're getting a little pump right here, but it's not epic. What happens is you need the 1 hour, if we're going bullish, which I am right now, going long, 1 hour will eventually turn into the 2 hour, then hopefully the 3 hour, then hopefully the 4 hour. And you see it happen here, but we just didn't get that much strong price action. And one dot, boom, all the way back down again. What could happen as I look at this right now, what could happen would be what we call a bullish divergence. Now, a bullish divergence is when price is making a lower low, which it is right here. We're trying to find a bottom here. And then momentum is making a higher high or higher low, whatever, however you want to call this. Basically, this wave is what they call the anchor wave, and then it would make a trigger wave, which would then trigger the price to shoot up like this. So if and this is an if this green candle can kind of continue up and not lose strength, this will eventually, this is on the 4 hour, this eventually will get a green dot right here and roll over like that, and then it'll make this will be like the trigger wave under the 60, and this is the anchor wave, which is well above the 60, and then that would hopefully, what that should mean is that this price could go up, right? Now, the thing about Market Cypher B is they're not going to tell you price predictions. This is the price chart up here, that's for that. But I always say this is 80% of the cake, and this is the frosting. You can't, it's hard to go against this. If this is not looking like it's in your favor, I don't give a damn what you draw up here. It ain't going to matter. you got to have momentum on your side. And I firmly believe all markets work like this. I've always said that. I just didn't have markets ever be forever. And so to me, it was kind of a game changer because I was like, okay, this actually is like, it's true. I can't change. It's not my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like the momentum, it was going up. But then once you start seeing price action weak, even though the momentum's going weak, as soon as it rolled over, bam, we got a tank right here. So it would have been a great short right here because as soon as that red dot came, you know, things stopped looking so good. So my strategy is to zoom in. My scalping strategy is to zoom in. And on the zoom in, first thing first is I'm looking at the 1 hour to see if we got it. In this case, we'd want to go long because we got a green 1 hour dot. And then I zoom into the 10 minute. And then what I would be doing is, so first of all, the 1 hour came, what time was this? This was at noon, right? So right when the show started. Then since then, I'm waiting for the next green dot to enter my long. So that would be, let's see, noon right here. So right there, somewhere about there, or probably here, we just got the green dot probably after this one. You could either go long right now, or basically I would be waiting for a retrace to see if anything crazy happens. And if we still have a 1 hour green red dot, then on the next green, if we still have a 1 hour green dot here, meaning like price didn't roll over too bad, then on the next green dot, I'm just making it up here, hopefully price wouldn't even go that low. It would be more like this, and then like that, right? We enter the long here and we ride that up until you see a red dot in the 10 minute, and then you would take your profit and get out. That's kind of how the scalping strategy would work with Market Cypher B. The 1 hour time frame's at your back, and then you trading with the trend on the 10 minute. That's essentially how that works. I pretty much just developed that on my own, and I did it because of trading on Breakout Prop. And because Breakout Prop, the way the rules are, you can't lose, you get breached if you lose more than 6,000 overall. Well, if you have a $100,000 account, you can't lose 6,000 overall, or you can't go minus 4% in a day. And I want to call this out too, because I have videos that teach people how to use Breakout Prop. And I think they're very important. Even if you've been using Breakout Prop, I've been using Breakout Prop for well over a year now, and I got a few videos. This one here, the math, a lot of people like to try to pass on one go. This video is a good one for you. I kind of break down the math on how you can do it. Over here is, this one is important. This one shows the leverage. Let me click on this one real quick. What's poppin'? It's your boy Cassius Cuvée. So this one shows the leverage, the 5x leverage. So Breakout Prop, this is very important because Breakout Prop has 5x leverage built in. So when you go ahead and enter a trade, like if you were to enter all $100,000 of your Breakout Prop account, that's actually $500,000 in buying power. And what that means is your fees are based upon that $500,000 position. And the position size is not like on Fimex, be the most important video you're going to see about Breakout Prop. Margin versus your position. I get a lot of questions in my Breakout Prop, the Profit Circle. On Breakout Prop, they're only going to show you your position size as your margin. So it gets a little bit tricky. So let me go to Breakout Prop over here real quick. So on Breakout Prop, so I'm just go, if I was going to buy here, see, they just show me $7,500 worth of Bitcoin. But in reality, that would be 5 times as big of a position. It's my margin, but it's not really my, it just says margin impact. So it's not, it's $7,500 of the bankroll, but it's really 5 times as big as that, which is what, 35,000 or higher than that, actually, about 40,000 or something. So what the way it manifests is that your P&L just moves 5 times faster. So it's kind of hard if you're new, you don't realize. First of all, you're going to see higher trading fees. You mean, what the heck is this? But also you're going to be like, whoa, like that just moved really fast. Now that's how people pass an evaluation heck quick. But if it goes against you, that can hurt you quicker than you expect too. So that's why you want to have stop losses, or be more precise, which is why I developed this strategy where I zoom in and scalp, because it's protecting my downside by never fighting a 10-minute dot. So that's what I mean when I say, if this is the 10-minute, right? If I was going long in this green dot, if a red dot on the 10-minute pops up here, if the red dot pops up here, it's going to come up eventually. If this keeps coming down, eventually it'll pop up. But the way you do is you look ahead, you cheat ahead. When I look at the 5-minute, 5-minute has not rolled over yet. Eventually the 5-minute will come first. And then if that happens, I just put the 9-minute here too. 9-1-minute will come before the 10-minute usually, and then you eventually get 10-minute. I'm going to get out because I don't want to fight the 10-minute dot this is on a scalping trade. So that's honestly, when I stick to this strategy, I do quite well because I don't take any big losses. That's what I like about it. And it's like in trading, if you don't lose, you're going to eventually win. Like you got a 50-50 chance, man. It's just going up or it's going down. You know what I mean? And so that's why I really like these momentum waves, because it's like, well, when momentum is against me, I get out. So you'll notice I don't really do the basically all the price predictions. And this is what leads me to continue what I was talking about earlier, is when you guys trust these KOLs and stuff, they love giving price predictions because it's clean, it's easy, it sounds confident. You know, Ethereum's going to 5,000. You know, it's just like these things they're easy to sell. And in reality, trading doesn't work that way. In reality, trading works in momentum, and when the momentum ends, that shit reverses on your ass and comes back down again. Hence, when we were looking at Moondag, that momentum ended and came all the way back down again. Here, I'll go back to the week, right? Like that was that. You know what I'm saying? It had momentum until it didn't, and that's why I like the momentum waves. Let me see this. I'm in the chat. I got it blocked over here. What's going on, Jesse in the house? What's going on, man? Oh yeah, and Alan too. What's going on, man? Yeah. So we're just talking about, like, I kind of went over everything already pretty quickly, but we're in the era now of Bitcoin being sub $100,000, and I'm keeping it 100 with y'all because a lot of these KOLs didn't, still telling you to buy the top and all that other shit. And I'm like, man, you guys seen the P&Ls? So look on my Twitter, okay? I was shorting up here because I knew this was fake, and there was no TA to kind of like really tell me that. You get what I'm saying? Like, I had to just know it by knowing crypto. And that's why I started this video about talking about, is like, I've been in this game for a long time, y'all. A long time. And I know a moon boy when I seen one, you know, like in the Kool-Aid drinkers when I see them. And don't come at me with telling me what somebody else told you. Show me your own TA. How do you get there? You know, explain it to me. If you got it like that, great. Share it with the group. But just saying because somebody else said it, that ain't good enough. You know what I mean? Like, that's not, don't tell me what somebody else said. Tell me what you think. And, you know, that's the beauty of this. We can all do it all on our own. And here's the thing too, y'all. Finance is a scam. Okay? TradFi is too. And I want to call that out because they all let us participate in it a little too easily, right? We don't need a degree to open up a trading account. We don't need to go to school or learn how to do any of this shit. Walk right into the casino and start gambling. You know what I mean? That's by design. Do you understand? We're what they call the dumb money. Don't be the dumb money, though. You got to outsmart the big institutions. They play the long game. So they just sit there and wait for us to crap out on the table. They're the house, you know? We got to be smarter. We got to be better. I think of it as like, you know, they're just carrying these truckloads of trees and we're just little mice just run out there trying to grab a crumb. But let me tell you something, man. If you one little mice and you just keep on grabbing a crumb without getting squashed, eventually you're going to have a big pile of crumbs in your little mouse hole. You know what I'm saying? Your little mouse cave. You can make a lot of money in this game. Just don't get crushed. There's plenty of money out there. If you guys don't know how big a trillion is, I implore you to go look up a YouTube video that shows like a visual description of it, how massive it is when people say that, you know, companies worth $1 trillion. That there's so much money out there. We're in the right game to just go out there and get it. And then you got things like Breakout Prop who are literally willing to give you some of their money to trade with. So again, I'm going to emphasize this. We only got one more week until this contest ends. It ends on the 22nd. We're giving away one $100,000 evaluation. I have a partnership with Breakout Prop. You have to use my affiliate code to qualify, but that's all you got to do. You see if you purchase the higher evaluation you purchase, the more entries you get. GGRF7W is my affiliate discount code. You actually save money when you use it, so there's no reason not to use it. Share it with a friend. You know, you can use it as many times as you want in any evaluation that you want. But that's how you get automatically entered. There's only 1 week left. So basically, anytime you buy an eval, you get entered. And, you know, afterwards, Breakout Prop is the one who picks the winner, not me. So I can't play favoritism. So anyways, I will be announcing the winner in the Profit Circle and on live stream. I guess we probably won't know next week. It ends the end of day next week. But got one more week. So if you ever wanted to try Breakout Prop, now's the time to do it because you can win that big 100K evaluation. So anyways, I'll give it a try. We've been trading on Breakout Prop in the group. A lot of us trade on Breakout Prop, but they don't have every ticker. So we also trade on FIMX and other platforms as well. I like using Breakout Prop because it's limits your downside risk. So like once you purchase the evaluation, it's about $1,000, $9.99 for a 100K evaluation. You go on their website, they have other options, but let's just straightforward. The one I like to do is the one-step $100,000. And basically what happens is you got to get 10,000 before you lose 4,000 in a day. That's not that bad. And that was the other video, YouTube video I made. I wanted to show that too. The other video that was really good, that the recent one, this one that shows the math right here, because it explains how that's a 2 to 1, 2.5 to 1 win to risk to reward ratio. That's fair. This video here, though, the 3 keys to passing, the first key is really just like learning the rules. There's a lot of rules, but they're not hard to understand them. You just have to learn them one time. Someone's got to teach you, or you gotta follow them. And that's what this video does. It really explains it. And then I got 2 more tricks, keys, if you will, to passing the evaluation, things that will help you out. So watch my YouTube channel, watch these videos, share them with a friend, someone who may doesn't have 100 grand to trade with, but they, they get a paycheck or whatever, and they might want to put in $1,000 to check it out. That's how Breakout Prop works. You get 100 grand to trade with, and then once you pass it, then you're a funded trader and you can withdraw your winnings every single day. Now the thing is, they take out 20% unless you check a box on the front end where you pay 10% more at the beginning, but then you get to keep 10% in the back end. They only take out 10%. So if you make $10,000, they get to keep $1,000 if you check that box on the front end. So my video explains it. That video I just showed you down there, the 3 keys will explain that. And basically, that's it. You know what I mean? You just got to win, baby. And that's why I like my scalping strategy, because what it's doing is protecting the downside so you don't ever lose big. And if you keep avoiding losing, then eventually you catch a big one. So there's like a saying on market side. I remember who said it first. Maybe it was Flopping Groper, but he's like, you have small wins, small losses, small wins, small losses, big win, and then small wins, small losses. And that's how it is sometimes, because when you're trading with the trend, good things happen. And that's because that's how momentum works. So over here on TradingView, that's why we use this. So let me go back to Bitcoin real quick. Right now, me trying to go long here is not really trading with the trend, okay? It is kind of me trying to catch a knife here. Not working so far, by the way. But like, we took our profit on the way down here, and I'm kind of like, okay, well, shit, enough is enough, right? I thought maybe this would be the bottom. It did one more of these. Like, well, damn. It broke through 100K. The fear and greed index is at -10. That's the lowest it's been, I think, ever. And so basically, things are awfully bearish. I'm kind of just betting on to see what happens on Monday. That's really what I'm trying to see, is I can catch a bottom. If this is a bottom scam wick down, like to enter on a scam wick, then we catch a bottom. Maybe this turns into that little bear div, bull div I was talking about, maybe, right? This little bull div where we can make a lower low, but it hasn't happened yet. We got to get a green dot here on this 4-hour to be a 4-hour bull div, right? This candle is just not strong, y'all. It is just not that strong. All right, let's see what the chat's talking about here. You got Jesse. Okay, I'm able to join on the small funded account, 5K funded. Yes, you are able. Thanks for putting the link in there, Jesse, for that video. So what's your question, Alan? Am I able to join? Yes, you're able to join. Yep. So the contest, let me put up the contest real quick. So you get 1 entry for the 5,000. You get up to 10 entries if you get a $100,000 account. That's how the contest works. But to join what is what I'm trying to get at. You can join the Profit Circle, the private group, right now. You don't need to have a Breakout Prop account to do that. You can join that right now. Let me pull up the Profit Circle, the Discord, right here, where you see there's a lot of folks. It's not just me. That's the point I'm trying to make. There's a lot of folks sharing information in here that's helpful to everyone. So make sure you join that. And it's the link's in the description of this video. And come in here when you come in here, just say hi. So the contest. Okay, you want to know the contest? Yes. You get to enter the contest even for 5K. You only get 1 entry, but you are technically entered. Again, I don't pick the winner; they pick it for me, so I can't play favoritism. But go ahead, have at it, man. Give it a try, and that's fine to start small. I always want to do the 100,000 because what ends up happening, I'm just going to tell you, I know what ends up happening. You start winning, and then you try to scale up, but you don't have that much money, and so what ends up happening is you do a position size that's bigger than you really want to do. Let me pull up Breakout Prop. You do a position size that's bigger than what you really want to do, and then one false move and it goes against you, and then you get breached. And you're like, damn it. So I like the idea. If you guys saw my Twitter and the Profit Circle group, I like the idea of having having a bigger bankroll, not even using that much. I only had, this was yesterday, the day before, I only had like $10,000 worth of margin used, but I was up like $1,000 because I didn't really need that much. They got 5x leverage built in on Bitcoin, and the move happened that fast. So it's kind of like, I'd rather have the wiggle room, because then when you pass, you're going to be like, well, damn it, I should have just passed. It's like mathematically just as hard to pass a 100K as it is to pass a 5K. You're like, man, I wish I had a bigger money now that I passed, because now you can't withdraw as much money. So anyways, still, it's okay to start small, get used to it. That's fine. But the bigger ones is what I like to do, 100K, because then I don't have to worry about, I can do a little. I'm only got 7,500 on this trade right now, and I'm chilling, There's plenty of wiggle room. You can make plenty of money off that. So that's my approach to it. Let me see here, though. I had a couple more things on the list. A couple more things I want to say. All right, so market psychology is everything, right? And there's no chart to determine exactly where the top will be. I mentioned this earlier, but that's more of me just understanding what's going on in the markets when you see a hype cycle like that. And basically, that's why you want to join the profit circle, right? Most of us, oh, thanks for putting that up, Jesse. You're on our set. Most of us have a lot of experience in there. The folks who are in there posting all day, we have a lot of experience. And so, like, you know, you could say your thoughts, we'll say our thoughts. You can ask questions. You know, Blockchain Cowboy does that a lot, and credit to him for being active in there. You know, don't hesitate, because everyone in there is cool. Listen, if anybody is in there is not cool, I'm going to kick them out. But I haven't had to do that yet, because everybody is mindful of what we're trying to do. We all trying to make money, man. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, man, I don't understand what people on crypto Twitter are doing. The people in the profit circle are trying to make money, and traders are trying to make money. If you're not here to try to make money, that's okay. But I don't understand that. It's too much money on the line. I lost too much money in 2021 and 2022, I should say, to not want to try to make money. So to me, it's like, it's no nonsense. I mean, we can have fun or whatever, make jokes, but like when it comes to the trade setups, like I genuinely want to know what you're thinking, and I'm genuinely tell you what I'm thinking. And I want us to all be honest about it and not be scared to share our thoughts, you know? And a lot of it is just bankroll management and position management. So that way you live to fight another day if you're wrong. I don't care if I'm wrong. We have this saying, I'd rather be rich than right. Okay. I don't care if I don't care if I'm right or not. I want to make money. So that's what I think the profit circle has done a great job of, is being honest with our trades. And again, it's short term. So we find out by the end of the day, usually, you know what I'm saying? Thanks for putting those links in there, Jesse. So everybody gets a chance to join pretty easily right there. Great mod you are. Appreciate you, man. So let's see. So I say that to say this. A lot of the long-term T guys are full of shit. And the reason I say that is because they don't have the consequences of having to show their results hella quickly. And it just makes it easier for them to kind of sell you on, I was right about this, and never mention again the times I was wrong about that, or whatever price prediction they made months ago. They act like it never happened. And, they're counting on you not watching their videos every single day and watching their live stream every single day, every minute of the day. And, them, I told you I changed my mind. You didn't catch that? I was like, wait, when? What was that? Whereas we're short-term traders, man. Like, we can't really, I got stopped out, and a guy in the group was like, did you get stopped out? Like, we remember, it was hours ago. It wasn't days ago. It wasn't months ago. And I just think that TA on the long term is always going to be less predictable, because just like life, I'm pretty confident that I'm still be sitting in this chair in 10 minutes. I'm not sure where I'll be in 10 hours. And in 10 days, I really don't know where the hell I'm going to be. So, like, the same thing goes for price predictions. It is, in fact, easier to predict on the short term than it is the long term, if you're talking about a specific price. So what's going on, All Set? Thanks for jumping in here. So I want to say that because the people who do the long-term predictions, like, they don't have to put their money where their mouth. Anybody who gives you a price prediction without an actual time frame is a charlatan. Don't tell me something's going to hit this without telling me when. You got to tell me how we're going to get there for it to mean something. Yeah, Bitcoin is going to go to $1 million. Okay, well, maybe I think so too, but I don't, like how and when, I don't know. That's not a prediction, bro. Like, I can't bet on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I certainly can't trade on it. If you just want to hodl, have a DCA strategy or whatever, that's different. But you better have a lot of conviction on that asset in the long term. I have a lot of conviction on Bitcoin. I do, but I also leave room open for the fact that I was just putting it in the chat right before the stream started. I think we're having a paradigm shift here coming with AI here, and it may significantly change the way that social media works. And if that happens at the bottom of a bear market, I don't know what it's going to look like coming out the other side of that. So new technology, which would create a new social media atmosphere, and social media was driving crypto this whole entire time. If that kind of changes, man, we're kind of at the end of this wacky hype cycle with meme coins and shit. I don't know what the other side looks like. Now, I'm a blockchain enthusiast. I firmly believe that Web3 was going to be a real thing, and it just hasn't happened yet. And the coins that I thought would represent blockchains that could be used by enterprise businesses or governments or whatever, not so sure that can happen. Private blockchains can exist, and why does my crypto have to be valuable? I don't know. So I have my long-term bags. I kind of written them off and just hodl forever type of deal. If if it ends up being a thing, ends up being a thing. If not. In the meantime, I'm trading because I knew this cycle was hype. I knew it was fake. So that's why I have all those short P&Ls that are ridiculous, 3,000-4,000%, pushing 5,000%, some of them, because like I shorted those meme coins at the top, and now we're just trading. We in and out trading. And that's what to me, is the safest bet is the short-term trading. You take your profit when you see it, you bank your wins, and then you sleep at night too, by the way. You know what I'm saying? So the long-term guys, I don't know, bro. Like, they've been so wrong. Here's the thing about long-term. Everyone gets to be right. If we look at 2021, let's look at 2021, just the NASDAQ real quick. The NASDAQ, right, which has been so ridiculously bullish since then, right? So here's the peak of 2021. January 2022 is right here. It's the NASDAQ, right? This was the COVID crash right here, this little one right here. There was so many so many tickers that went up this high and came back down. Let me show you one that I know for sure, like Asana, okay? Because I was trading this at the time. This was a software, a coin. It's kind of like, it's some software coin. And basically, see this chart right here? This is a stock, y'all. This is not some shit coin. You know what I'm saying? This hype came up so high and then came back down. And so my question is to all the people who made predictions during this time period, who was right? Were the people who said that it was going to the moon right because it came back down, or the people who said this was a fake pump right? Like, everyone gets to be right once. You get what I'm saying? If your time horizon is long enough, you know, the broken clock shit happens. Were we right here when it was fake, or was it right here when it was? You get what I'm saying? And that's why I can't go by the long term shit. Because, like, anything could happen, go up and then come back down again. And so both people got to be right. The people who said this was undervalued and then the people who said that this was overvalued, both got to be right. And, you know, in crypto, that's how so many of these shit coins look. This is the newer one that we're in. You know, it's kind of say, here's ICP. I've got long-term bags of that I'm holding, right? This gave back everything on this 1 month chart already. It's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Got to be right for a few weeks, you know? Cosmos Atom, oh my God, this one. Let me go back on the monthly chart of this one. I can't believe how much this one fell. Dang, this is October 2021. We don't see the run up on this one because it's the perpetuals contract. It wasn't on Fimex. Flocky, you know, based upon Elon Musk's dog, you know what I mean? The Dogecoin dog. You know, it's like, bro, everyone got to be right. They were right when they first said whatever, and they got to be right when the shit's going down. I'm like, bro, like, listen, we can't, you just can't listen to the long-term people, bro. Like, you just can't. We got to look at this every single day and make our own decisions. Because, like, now, I'm one of the biggest bears, and then all of a sudden, I'm bullish now because I'm like, enough's enough. Bitcoin is dropping. It's probably going to pump right now. So, I mean, I just have to call it out because too many people got wrecked. And I think that the thing that most people, it's like there's a lot of cognitive dissonance on crypto Twitter. I don't know. People want to be right on Twitter. I don't know about that. I'm trying to make money. So I don't want to listen to, yeah, Cassius is bullish, all set right now. Yeah, exactly. I see. Okay, got you, Jesse. A good play on words there. Yeah, I am bullish right now. Believe it or not, I bought this dip right here. I actually bought it a couple times, but like, let me tell you something right now. I'm not that bullish at this exact moment. I thought Bitcoin would hold up a little bit better than this. God damn. My thesis is this though, but here's the thing. I'm honest with you guys. My thesis is based on the fact that crypto mostly follows stocks. Now, granted, it doesn't follow them to the upside, but it definitely follows them to the downside. My thesis is that the stock market, the NASDAQ specifically, will get this little bump here. I'll pull it back up here on Monday, tomorrow, just because it doesn't like they buy every freaking dip in the stock market. Okay. Now, if this really was the top, because I call it down the profit circle, at least 3 days in a row, 4 days in a row, I'm like, this will probably look like the Scamwick blow off top in hindsight. And here it is looking like it. You see what I'm saying? I said on the weekly chart, 2 week chart, I said, I bet you this looks like this was the top of the NASDAQ. Here's the 1 month chart, right? If this was the top of the NASDAQ, then like I was right. You know, if this comes like this, or I don't think the NASDAQ will go down that fast, but you know, it could do one of these. I don't know yet. I want to see if it breaks down below and gets continuation. God, stocks have been the most manipulated market ever. But the point is, there's an appetite to buy in stocks that is like unprecedented right now. It's one of the most expensive stock markets in history, by the way, top 3. And that goes by PE ratio, which is price to earnings. So it's like the company earnings based upon how much money they make, basically, based upon the share price. It's a ratio, PE ratio, is the highest, one of the highest in history in stocks, meaning they're quote unquote overvalued. So a mean correction is not that crazy. And basically, if stocks fall, crypto's toast. Yeah, if it expires, what do you say? Purchase trading view again, Black Friday. Okay. yeah, get yourself TradingView. I have a link to it. You get $10 off or $15 off or something if you use my link to create a TradingView account. Even if you create the free one, then when you go to update, then you get the discount if you use the link, and I'm affiliate of theirs. So basically, if this stock market, so this is what the stock market's done, right? It's gone up here, come back down. This bounce did not make a higher high, but that's why I'm not necessarily saying the bull market's over yet, because that happened here, right? It didn't make a higher high, came down like, oh, that was the end, and then so Jesus, shot up again. I'm wondering, I don't know yet. I'm wondering, it hasn't really made a real low. It made a little low here, but it shot, that opened, basically that opened up like that on Friday morning. And as soon as it opened, they bought that dip. And it had enough follow through to actually in the day green, slightly green. It says 0.08 is in the green. Not a lot, but it started, considering how bad it was down when the day started, it was down like 2.5% or something, down a lot. That's still a win for the stock market. And I'm wondering if we get a little bit of follow through on Monday, which then Bitcoin buyers run in and push the price up on Bitcoin. That's what I'm betting on, okay? So that's the play. And then if it does, crypto might get a little extra oomph. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, it doesn't take that much for me to make some money. I mean, if it just gets to like 100K, that's a win for me. You know what I'm saying? If Bitcoin runs to 100K, I'm probably going to be taking that profit. That's a win. Like, it could do it in one day, right? I mean, you can see it dropped this much in one day. It could definitely bounce halfway. And I'm just looking for a bounce offset. So I'm not saying I'm bullish like we're going to the moon. Definitely not that. I think we've seen the top of this market, but for crypto. But I am saying that enough's enough to the downside. It's time to buy the dip. So yes, I tried to catch a falling knife, got stopped out once. I'm back in it. I'm in an account in Fimex and Breakout Prop. I got longs open. So that's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin right now. Let me just finish what I was going to say today. So like the chart is basically like the crystal ball that us TA guys use. And it doesn't actually move the price. Buyers and sellers do. It looks like we got someone just joined the profit circle. So shout out whoever that was. We'll have to get in there. Say something in the chat so we know who the new folks are. That's the thing. If you guys ever join, just say something. Say what's up. Hey, I'm new here. Tell us what you're trading, what you're looking at. And, I'll look at it with you. You know what I'm saying? And give you my honest thoughts. Or maybe it's something I haven't seen. Maybe you're going to show me something. Appreciate that. So let's see. Also, I'm going to be doing more giveaways. I want to tell you guys that too. So on last time I was here, which was 2 weeks ago, I actually did I gave 10 people lifetime subscriptions to the Profit Circle, all right? These are people who are contributing the most. And so, like, if you guys are contributors, I want you in the group. You know what I'm saying? If you got trade setups and you want to put them in the the future trades, that kind of stuff. Hey, man, I see you doing your thing for the whole first month or whatever you're in there, you're contributing. I might just shoot you a free lifetime subscription. You feel me? So that's not even the main goal here, is not to try to get people to give me hella money for it. It's more so about trying to build a community of people who are serious traders. So like the general chat is open to anybody, but then you can get scammers and spammers in there. We do a pretty good job of cleaning them up. They don't last very long. But like that gatekeep is to make sure that everybody in the market analysis channel is a real trader. And so we don't have a million people in there, but the people we do have in there are serious traders. So like we're in there talking about trying to get money, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's what I want the community to be. So I will be doing more giveaways. So for anybody, if they're in their first month or whatever, and they've been really contributing, I don't know, you might just all of a sudden get a free membership. So, stay active, you know what I mean? And you will be rewarded. So that's how I'm doing things, at least, you know what I'm saying? That's why I like having a trading group, because I'm running it my way, which is I'm gonna reward the community. That's what I like to do. So, yeah, let me see here. So I wrote a lot of stuff this morning. I woke up I'm waking up at 4 and 5 in the morning and shit. And I do hella work and stuff, and then I stop and I take a break, and I end up still writing more thoughts, And I was gonna say, have you ever seen the actual P&Ls from the TA guys who do the long-term tradings? You know what I'm saying? Like I almost never see them. Again, I'm not trying to name no names. Friends with some of these people, but like, are they showing? Because you guys seen my P&Ls, And it's like, I don't know, man. They make these predictions, but they make their money off selling you some fucking newsletter or something, not from actually trading. So it is what it is. Okay, so let's see. What's important to understand. Oh, yeah. And what's important to understand is that I'm not bragging. What I'm trying to do is tell you, like, I was honest when I made all those trades when I was talking all that shit on Twitter. I put my money where my mouth is. I shorted those shit coins at the top. That's what the point of the P&L is, because I've been consistent with my message this whole entire time. So, anyways, people like Carl Moon, who was a scammer, they ringing him through the coals now, I don't know what it is, but it does start to seem like there's an inverse truth to, you know, how good of a trader is and how big their following is on Twitter. I swear to God, the people with these huge accounts who are telling you to buy the top of whiff or some shitty meme coin are like, they'd be down so much right now. And my P&L basically shows what they would be down 4,000% if you listen to them. And unfortunately, a lot of people did and got wrecked. And so it's like, you know, you guys can start unfollowing these people anytime you want. You know, if somebody told you to buy dog with hat way up here, you know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, what is it? And this is not even that long ago, just even in July. Like, come on, man. It's going to the moon again. Yeah, right, bro. Like, we know this is for a trade. Look at this. I keep zooming in, zooming out. It's like, it almost hit $5. This thing's at 40 cents right now. That's never going back to $5 again, y'all. It's never going back this high ever again. And it's, you know, so if you're holding this right now, I mean, you know, basically you chop it as a loss. I don't know what you do. Try to get one more pump. This was the one more pump. I don't see it coming back. Oh, and this is the other thing about TA too. This is, I called this out before, and I'm not going to start saying, I'm not going to stop saying it. This is the October 10th wick, right? In fact, I got to show it to you on Bitcoin to show you the difference. This is Bitcoin. So let me show you. This is the October 10th wick on Bitcoin perpetuals contract on Fimex, okay? This is the perp contract. This is what we trade. We trade in both directions. The contract's not actually spot. This, so look at it, it went all the way down here to 101,600, we'll call it. But if you look at it on the spot, this is the spot Bitcoin USD Bitstamp or whatever. This is October 10th, and the price only dropped to 109,000. That's an $8,000 difference? Are you kidding me? So if I'm doing TA, right? If I'm doing TA, and I said, oh, there's a trend line here and whatever else, you know what I'm saying? Like from this low to this low, you know, whatever that means. And then I do TA here, that trend line goes like this, right? Do you guys follow me on this one? Okay. I want to look at you in the eye real quick. This is why a lot of TA is BS if you only do it on the price chart, because it's not even the same data. They're both on, you know, this is Fimex, but it's not just the trading platforms. That can vary for sure, because Binance was really rugging everybody. But like the actual perp contract, which is usually, you want to usually do your TA on the one that you're trading on, okay? The one I trade the perp contract, so I'm going to do my TA on here. That's why there's hell lines on this one, right? But this is I want to look at the spot one too, is a little more clean. I don't have all the lines on, but hold on a minute. The candles are literally different. So when people are trying to draw trend lines, but like the price action is different, that's significantly different. One line is way down here. It looks like the trend's going up. It made a higher low. But if I look at it on this one, it made a lower low. Which one's right? So that's why I'm saying, bro, like you can't, when people do all those, especially if you go way longer term, you don't remember or when or why. And there's going to be a day when people forget about October 10th wick is going to be different depending if it was a perp contract or if it was the spot contract, a spot BTC. So be careful of people who do TA but don't ever show you anything down here on the momentum waves. That's all I'm saying. Anybody who ever shows me TA and they don't got no oscillator, not even RSI, nothing down here, I'm sorry. I'm not going to take them seriously. Anybody can draw pictures up here a hell of a lot better than I can and make it sound good and be a good salesman. But I'm telling you, I'm trying to protect you guys from getting wrecked. All right. So the other thing is, oh yeah, future trades. Light. Is it time to get in light? Uh-oh, look at light. I just triggered a buy. I got a notification on my phone. So I'm shorting light. This is a risky play. We'd like to call these out in the profit circle sometimes, these short squeezes. Now, this is not in breakout prop. This is only in Fimex. So this one got triggered right here. The stop loss is here, 2.6. You know, it's a little bit of a gamble play, of course. You don't put a lot of money. Oh, I did want to talk about this. So the way you do these is you got to know your position sizing. You got to start small, because what happens is as it goes higher, this squeeze is a bigger amount of money up here. Like from here to here is going to be like more money than from here. It moves faster than from here to here, or even from here to here. And so don't be afraid to have a stop loss, or don't be afraid to start really small. You know, if it reverses, comes back down, you only make a little bit of money, that's fine. What you don't want to do is get squeezed and then all of a sudden you're underwater way more than you thought you were. It's okay to cut your losses and wait for it to come back down again. Either that or you're starting with a real small amount of money. So I had thrown this one into the future trade setup because on the future trade setup, if it's one of these squeezes, you can't really give it's hard to give like a price prediction. We don't really know. What we're looking for is when the momentum is going to actually slow down and then reverse. So like the 1 hour doesn't have a red dot yet. I did have a little limit buy here. That was based upon, this is kind of like, not a large position, but that was kind of based upon hitting this level of support right here. This is the top of this coin. It's a new coin. I don't even like trading a new coin. You never know. They might squeeze like crazy. But that was based upon getting above this into the middle of this trading range is why that line was there. Okay, why I entered that short there. But like, that's still an iffy situation. You know what I mean? Like everything is risk versus reward. I got it on 2x leverage or something, so there's plenty of wiggle room. And even if this stops me out here, it's not a lot of money. Okay, so that's what that is. Jesse wants to know, how is BitBoy doing? Well, I can honestly say I don't know. I haven't been watching him. I haven't hit up his girl in a while. I do want to hit her up. She's been posting some funny stuff on Facebook. But I haven't really checked on him. So here's the thing about BitBoy, and I'm not going to spend my time talking about him because it's not really my brand to try to get my brand up by talking about someone else. But, obviously he pissed off a lot of people. It was unfortunate. In my opinion, he was having a nervous breakdown. And I've had that experience happen before with some of my family. My auntie once had it. And they're literally not themselves. So it's hard for me to, because he said some negative things about me on Twitter or whatever, and do my text message as well. But I'm like that's not the person I know. He's like literally lost his mind. So I don't know, but I will say this. It would be nice if he apologized to his friends at least. Like, I get it. He don't like TJ stole the company from him type of shit. Well, yeah, well, fuck him. But like all the friends who looked out for him and supported him, why are you mad at us? And I think it was an attention thing, like he really just wanted anybody to pay attention to him. I thought I was going to get away unscathed until I woke up one morning to some weird text messages. I won't go into it any further, but basically I was like, I knew he was, I said, Ben, like I'm on your side, bro, like calm down. And it didn't matter. And that's when I realized, okay. And then he ended up going to the mental institution or whatever. And, he's been out, obviously he's been posting on Twitter and shit. And, again, I haven't really watched it. I heard he's not like his old self. He's hella calm. I guess he's on drugs or whatever. I mean, like the mood drugs or whatever. And, I hope he's doing better because I don't want anybody to get hurt physically, emotionally, or anything like that. So, hopefully he's doing better. But I will say this, and this matters to me, Jesse, is that, I certainly haven't received an apology. And I'm presuming that others have not as well. And he didn't piss me off that much, but he definitely pissed off AJ and J Chains a lot, who definitely rode with him, with the New World Order, all that stuff or whatever, after he left Hit Network. And so, that's unfortunate. And so, a verbal apology is the least he can do, even though I know it's not going to fix anything. I know Wendy's still mad at him and stuff like that, or I don't know. I haven't talked to her since I've seen her in Vegas, but ain't nobody trying to fuck with him right now because why? Why should we? And so, yeah, that's all I got to say about him. We've moved on. That's pretty much it, All right, Bitcoin's taking a dump, super dump right here. I just hit a stop loss. This red line right here, I just hit a stop loss. Like, yeah, Bitcoin is so weak right now. Oh my God, this ain't getting no love. Look, we got a green dot on the 8 hour, and that don't mean a damn thing. Nothing. This ain't the market, y'all. I'm sorry, man, but it's just hard for me to believe that anything is going back to any all-time high, anytime soon. Okay, let me give you the devil's advocate scenarios, okay? The devil's advocate scenarios of what might happen. Yeah, blockchain. We all got our stop losses hit right now, right? Yeah. The devil's advocate for, okay, so what could make crypto turn around? All right. Now, this is not my opinion on if it's good or bad or should or shouldn't happen. I'm just saying what could happen to change my mind, right? To give me a new thesis. Number one, the most important thing I think would be if Jerome Powell got replaced, right? It would have to be something major like that. Like, if Trump replaces Jerome Powell, which would be not till 2026 is his term up, and then he puts in someone who like crazy lowers interest rates, hella faster, does some shock to the whole system, that could make everything pump because everyone would be like, oh my God, free money again. You know what I'm saying? That would make stocks and crypto and all risk assets pump. That could happen. I'm not going to tell you that's impossible. We're in a time period right now where anything is possible. I said it twice in the last 24 hours in the profit circle. Like, look, man, ain't no telling what might happen. Anything, and so that's why I always believe in diversification. as much as you can. I know some of us only got so many, right? I want to have multiple bank accounts. I wish I had multiple passports and locations, gold and silver and fucking crypto and Bitcoin and USD and all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the hell is going to happen. But outside of some major event like that, I just think we go lower. I already think we've seen the top of crypto. And the reason why is this, man. The NASDAQ just can't be any stronger, bro. Like, this move right here is ridiculous. At the top of all, after this move, this has been one of the most bullish markets in the history of stocks since April. Look at it. I could just show you the weekly here. You could just tell by the slope, right? This had a little bit of pullback, and these are some of the biggest moves ever. And this is still bigger than those. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, this is 2022 bear market, okay? Since then, it's been on a tear. And then we get this one, tariff bear market, whatever you want to call it, and then boom. That is a huge amount. Let's see on the ruler here. From here to here, stocks moved up 58%. Holy shit, 55%, probably a little overshot. That is a huge amount of move in a matter of, months. And so you start going back, you don't see shit like that. I mean, again, we've had a bull market for a long time, but you can see how the steepness hit after COVID because they print all the money. Ugly bear market, but like that's not even that bad. They certainly made up for it. We could get a 2008 style crash at the end of all this. I don't know what's going to happen is the short answer. I just know that with this strong a move in stocks and Ethereum can't make more than one all-time high, yikes. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not good for crypto. And now that we have 1 week of pullback, finally get 1 week of a breather in the stock market, I guess we're on, 2 weeks you could call it. We're on the second week now. Even though it bounced, stock didn't even give back that much. You know what I'm saying? Stocks went all the way back to October 23rd. That's all they did. And Bitcoin tanks all the way down to below 100K. We're at 93,777 as I talk to you. That's not good for crypto. So in order for crypto to come back to make new all-time highs, we would need the stock market to just keep pumping like unheard of crazy. And I don't think that's impossible for the stock market to do it. But I'm like, it's like it just ran out of gas. Like for everyone who had liquidity got rug pulled on all the shit coins and meme coins on crypto. Who are we? I know you guys aren't hoping Larry Fink comes in and saves your asses on crypto. That's not going to happen. So who the hell is going to buy all of these coins that we all hope pump to the moon? I don't know. Maybe Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin's the one, right? Bitcoin's the one, which is why if I'm going to go long, I'm going to go long Bitcoin. But man, I don't know, man. Like this is a tough one. I may still go long Bitcoin one more chance here, like tomorrow morning. Like if I wake up early, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. Or maybe midnight will be the bottom. Midnight has sometimes been the top on these shorts if that's the reversal, Probably won't get much sleep tonight, tomorrow morning. Try to see if I can catch this knife one more time just in case my thesis is correct. We'll know something after 3 o'clock here when the CME opens. Then we'll get to look at this ticker, this futures NASDAQ ticker here. And that one will, kind of give me a little bit of a precursor to what stocks might do. Next up, 92K. Yeah, so a lot of people, so we got JS. How you doing, JSP? Stocks at 92K, and that's a number that Blueberry called out as well. $92,000 is what I'm assuming you're saying. And I don't disagree with it. I was trying to catch a falling knife here and get cute, and it punched me in the face, to be honest with you. Probably shouldn't have done it. And I mean, yeah, we're just tanking right now. Look, if you look at it in Breakout Prop, this is the 1 minute chart on Breakout Prop. This is Bitcoin here. It's just free falling. Forgive me. But yeah, it ain't looking so sharp right now. Apparently, I'm not stopped out yet. Where the hell is my stop at? Sometimes I will tell you guys this. Sometimes Breakout Prop, you do need to refresh it if you got multiple windows open. So do that on Breakout Prop, like before you know you're going to make a move or anything like that. I really do have a lot of reps on Breakout Prop. So I've done, nothing is perfect. None of these trading platforms are perfect, but like refresh the page, okay? Starts moving slow, don't hesitate, just refresh it, all right? I'm down, what am I down, 186 right now? I got a low stop loss in this. I was determined to not, I'm determined to catch this knife. So this one's not stopped. I think I got stopped on another account. I got stopped on the FIMX account is what I got on here. I have two FIMX accounts open with Bitcoin long. So yeah, my stop loss down here is where I pushed this one way down. I said, look, man, I want to make it till Monday. My thesis is that we get a bump on Monday, and I don't want to get scam wicked out of this position again. So that's where I am on this one in Bitcoin. And I have another one on a little BNB action, But that's pretty much it. Let's see what else we got in the chat here. So Sailor credit card, frozen. Listen, you guys. Okay, the Michael Saylor thing is a whole other thing. Oh my, let me pull up MicroStrategy. I always forget to talk about MicroStrategy on the show, MicroStrategy. But he basically told us it's a Ponzi scheme. He told us, he's actually kind of honest, to be honest with you. He said that Bitcoin is basically Forex leveraged, is the one interview I saw him say that MicroStrategy is supposed to be Forex leveraged. Here's my problem though. Let's put it on the daily chart. MicroStrategy's all-time high was way back in November of 2024. Last year. So Bitcoin has went on to make new all-time highs, but MicroStrategy's been underperforming it. So it was right here. I'm in another alpha group, and it was a weekend. It was right here. And I was here on this date here. See, this is Friday. And so it was like Saturday or Sunday. And I was like, look, man, I got to buy puts on this thing. I think that the Ponzi's up. And, it was this white line. And this Monday opened up, this day opened up, and it just ran away from me. I never got in the puts. I don't really trade stocks that much either. So I didn't have that much money in my brokerage anyways. But basically, I was right. We had one more pump here, and Bitcoin made an all-time high here, and it couldn't even get back over to where I was going to short it. And then, so the idea that he's leveraging Bitcoin, but at the same time it's underperforming, that's terrible. That's bad. That means if Bitcoin has any more of a fall, like on tomorrow, Monday, when the pre-market comes, MicroStrategy is going to be ugly. And the put I was going to buy was at 170. I wasn't actually going to buy that one. That's what I was asking the group. So one of the guys in the group is an old school TradFi guy. He's been doing this for a long time. I used to trade options hardcore in 2020 and 2021 also, but it was like the beginning of 2021 before I got into crypto. And I couldn't remember how, where I'd want to set my strike price. Options are complicated, y'all. Crypto leverage trading, believe it or not, is way more straightforward. Options are kind of tricky because you have to have time frame. There's time decay. Where you set your strike price matters a lot. Out of the money calls are like a lottery ticket, they always say. However, if you hit it big. And I was like, I think MicroStrategy is going to drop to 170 is what I said, right? You can see over here why this is that trading range, right? And we just hit the top of that trading range. So I was basically right? Like if I had bought that put, I'd probably be taking profit, probably would have taken profit on Friday, right? I wasn't going to wait. But this is going to be a long holiday. I was going to buy December 2026. So I had a whole nother year. I was like, all I know is that when the bear market comes, MicroStrategy is toast. That was all I knew. And so it's just a matter of okay, so what timing? But my price prediction was at least 170. That shit could happen tomorrow. In 2 months, it could have happened. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so that's a good point, right? So JSP is like, strategy will be the next crisis for crypto. And, that kind of sucks, right? You know what I mean? Like, why is one guy, one ticker going to tank, be the extra the FTX or whatever you want to call it, of this market? Kind of sucks, right? But we know how this works. Things work in sentiment. And that's what I was trying to say earlier in the show. It's like things work in momentum and sentiment. I know crypto. I've been doing this shit for years. I got my notes here because I'm like, I just had to say at the beginning of the show, I've been doing this so long, and give some of my background of why you guys shouldn't be listening to the bullshit I'm talking to. It's because not only have I traded stocks, so I know TradFi, traded crypto, but I also have studied projects, how they work, how blockchain technology works. Also know the influencers. I know their business models. I know KOLs be getting paid to shield projects. I know hella shit about crypto, about this whole industry. I just started live streaming this year. I should have been doing this shit. So that's why I'm like, man, when I see certain things, it's like, I'm out at conferences and stuff. I used to travel a lot more, and people would show me their products because I was going to have them on my show if they were legit. But I'm like, man, they don't, someone would talk to me and they don't even know that they're shilling me Ponzonomics. Do you know what So if you don't know, in crypto, there's a thing called tokenomics, which we need to know. So for example, Solana has terrible tokenomics. It means that there's a lot of inflation on Solana. So I showed this. Actually, I'm going to show that today. Solana, look at Solana's market cap. And this is your trick for anybody who wants to know roughly how bad inflation is hurting their project. Okay, so here's Sol. So this is the price chart for Sol. What you do is up here on TradingView, you can add the, not up here, I'm sorry, up here. You can add the market cap. So here's Sol, see Sol market cap. I had searched it earlier. That's why here's Sol market cap. So same scale. And then what happens is you can see, if you zoom out, you will be able to see how much the market cap has gone up versus the price. That's because of inflation. So what this means is holding Solana over the long term is a terrible idea. because your value is going to get inflated away. The price, if it didn't have inflation, price should be way up here, considering how much it blew up from pump.fun and all that shit. So that's why you got to know the tokenomics to know, like, not everything has the tokenomics of Bitcoin, which is the fact that it's basically, scarce and stuff like that. So not all crypto is created the same. When I was new, I didn't know that. I kind of just, it's like Bitcoin. And I realized somebody had to teach me. I was like, nah, that ain't it. And that's why I know long-term we're going to a bear market. I don't want to hold none of this shit that is going to be just decaying over time just because of inflation. So, okay, why was I talking about that? I can't even remember why I got into talking about inflation. Oh, tokenomics. So when people are talking to me, there's a slang term called Ponzonomics. Like it's a Ponzi when they have to start these Web3 projects. And you'd be like, okay, why is your project going to be successful? It's like, we're going to have this, and then people are going to buy in, which makes it more valuable. And then the next group of people are going to buy in, which makes it more valuable. And the next people are going to buy in. You realize it's a pyramid scheme. It's like a Ponzi scheme. We joke, we call it Ponzonomics because it's like, yeah, but what if nobody buys your shit? You know what I mean? Then everything, like even if you're not going to be a rugger, the whole shit can collapse, and here's the truth of the matter. It's really hard to stand up a decentralized protocol. It's hard. It goes almost counterintuitive to human nature, right? I'm going to invest all this time, money, energy, intuition, or whatever you want to call it, intellect, into building a decentralized protocol, and then I'm supposed to basically walk away from that and let the community make the ecosystem work, right? It's a tough gig, And so most of them just don't work out, even if they're not scams per se. And then to complicate it more, you have a token attached to it that supposedly attributes value. If it's done correctly, it's supposed to support the network so that it's decentralized, things like that. But even the good projects got rugged, as far as price is concerned. And that's where I was like, damn, you know what I mean? So then I thought we would get a second run this cycle, and Pepe kicked off this cycle. I thought maybe it was a one-off, it was Ethereum, whatever. But then when pump.fun came out, it was over. And I'm in the trenches with the degens, y'all. You guys don't even know. It was like February and I was on pump.fun and my homeboys making a coin and all this shit. Like before I ever heard anybody talk about it on Twitter. The degens told me. So we were in there, in our little group doing it and shit, and I was like, bro, this shit ain't for me. It was interesting to see and learn how it works. I didn't think it was going to explode that big. I hooked up with Crypto Face. He gave me Market Cipher and kind of the rest is history there. I'm like full TA. So then my other alpha group, they're chasing all the startup coins and they're trying to get your 10Xs or 100Xs or whatever you're trying to get. And these guys are real savvy, actually. They were pretty good at it, to be honest with you. And I told them, I said, look, this is probably March or something, April, May, I don't know. It was early 2024. And I was like, look, you guys are in a game that can make more money faster than what I'm doing. You get in these launches, as soon as they hit, they pump in 48 hours or whatever, and you get that big 20, 30X or whatever, and they get in their Solana. I was like, you're going to make more money than I am right now. But this is short-lived. I'd rather become more of an expert at Market Cipher and doing technical analysis and stuff. So that way, because this ain't going nowhere. We're going to do charts on stocks, commodities, crypto, whatever, right? This shit is not going to change. This is going to be the same shit forever, right? But what you guys are doing is only for right now in this cycle. And I had that forethought 2 years ago, or almost 2 years ago now, to say, let me stick with this. Because when the bear market comes, these meme coins are going to crash everything. And I've been screaming the whole time, learn to trade in both directions. When it comes, it's going to be ugly and people are going to lose money. So that's why I am trying to protect people by showing them the P&Ls that basically show how much how much percentage I made. Because I'm like, yeah, I had the conviction to short at the top and hold it because I knew it was the top. That's my point in saying and showing you guys that. One more technical thing, I did write this down, I forgot to tell you. So on Market Cipher A, I know I talk about Market Cipher B all the time. If you guys use Market Cipher, you don't have this turned on, I don't think it's defaulted as on. These blue lines, they show the swing wick highs and lows. It's kind of helpful to me. I actually like them a lot. So in whatever time frame, it's going to show you, like, you see how it hits right here, it hits here, and then if you zoom out, it shows you the next one here. I like that for when you're trying to do your TA because it'll show you where the wick high is, and it see how it says right here, 96.64. That was this wick, and then same deal up here, right? So I like that because it helps me. So all you do is if you double click on it, it's going to be these ones, show pivot high and show pivot low. So that's Market Cipher A. I like having those on. I think the default has them turned off. So turn those on. I turn off all the other ribbons. If you turn on all the ribbons, it can get a little messy. Right? So some people like the ribbons. Obviously, Crypto Face likes them. He invented the thing. I don't like them on just because it gets a little messy. There's too many. I got a lot of lines. But I like having these pivots on, and I don't think they're on the default. So I meant to tell you guys that. I just keep on the 1, ribbon 8, just to give myself a little trend line. And they're like EMAs or SMAs or whatever. They're not fixed. Okay. So over here, by the way, I don't have it on right now. See, here's the EMAs. I don't have those on. SMAs. I have, let's see, I want my 5-day. Where's my 5-day? Where's my 5-day? Where's that my 5 days? I used to have a 5-day. It must be on a different layout. It must be on a different layout. But basically, let's see. This one gave me it's like a trend line type of deal. I got too many lines on this damn thing. So this one is the Williams R percentage R. This is one that you actually can put down here. It manifests kind of like a VWAP kind of, not really. Yeah, anyways, like there's different tools up here. If you guys ever have any questions about that stuff, or if there's any tools you like, we do discuss indicators and stuff too in the profit circle. So make sure you put those in there. Let me get caught up on the chat here. So next stop 92 could be Blockchain Cowboys got a 92 limit. I'm watching, what are we at? 93.6 right now. Son of a bitch. All right, so yeah, but I'm still in that one trade. No big deal. Let's see. Strategy will be the next big crisis, unfortunately, possibly. Curious about tomorrow's market open. Yeah, we're going to take a look, Jesse. I appreciate you all set for noticing my experience in TradFi. Yeah, man, stocks. Like I was saying earlier, man, we were in the trenches, like in a different type of trenches, trading big money. Man, that was when I didn't know when I started how big shorts like control the market. He was finding these obscure fucking biopharma coins. I mean, not coins, biopharma tickers and shit. That he's like, the shorts really got this one by the balls. But the thing is, it's kind of like, okay, I like to talk about the Wile E. Coyote trade. Here's the Wile E. Coyote trade. If you guys don't know what the Wile E. Coyote trade is, this is like Wile E. Coyote going off the cliff. That's what I think like this ticker is going to do right now. So this ticker is like the whole market's tanking, but this ticker's going up. That's like, this is a little bit different because it's a short squeeze, but it's like this or even Zcash, Zcash is a little bit of an anomaly as well. But like the whole market is tanking, and then you got these coins that, maybe not Zcash, but if it was something shittier, like this one, I guess, it's like, why is this coin going strong? Like this coin is not changing it's not leading the market. It's only a matter of time before it does this again. You know what I mean? It's a little bit different because it's a brand new coin. But like that's when there was like a bunch of, a long list of coins here, okay, guys, a couple hundred of them, right? And I'm searching for who's green when everybody else is red. That's my Wile E. Coyote trade sometimes. Aster going up for some reason, and what it means is it doesn't know that it's supposed to fall, but eventually it will fall like it did here when the rest of the market wakes up and realizes, oh, that's not what you're supposed to do. So that's the Wile E. Coyote trade. Now that reminded me of another Looney Tunes analogy, where, do you remember when Wile E. Coyote used to steal the sheep from the sheepdog, and they would fight it out, and then they would clock in the morning, and then Wile E. Coyote would get his ass beat, and then he'd clock out at the end of the day, and he had a big bump on his head, and she's like, I'll see you tomorrow, Fred. That's how it was when we were trading, day trading, setting up those walls. We're clocking in the morning. My guy would put up $1 million or something of fucking a wall, so the price would never go lower. The short would put up a wall on the other end, and we would battle it out in the middle. And me and him would be right on the edge trying to knock on his wall. He's like, slap, buy. Every buy I bought was $500. Slap, $500, slap. And we hoping to punk him into saying, man, these guys are doing all this because he's trying to short, to just pull it, let us come through, and then he would put his wall back up later somewhere, and we would take our profit. That was the craziest shit. But then what happened was, if we were losing, which happened a lot, we would have to then get him on the pre-market. It was kind of like if Wile E. Coyote cheated and stole a sheep before he clocked in the morning. And I'll never forget, one morning I'm like washing my hands before the market opens. He's like, what are you doing? We got to get out. He's texting me. He sent me a message on Twitter. We were on fucking Twitter. He's like, I don't know how his thumbs work so fast. He sent me screenshot of the actual order book. That's how I could see the walls. We're actually looking at the order book on QuoteStream. And it was like, holy shit. So the market was going to open in like 3 minutes. And it was like, what the hell? He's like, get out. And we were in green. He's like, get out. And I was like 10 seconds late, and it cost me like 20 grand. Like, it was crazy. And I was like, holy shit. I spilled my coffee and shit. I was like, what the hell? He's like, oh man, that was crazy, right? I was like, we were stuck in this trade from the previous day. And in order to get out, like I basically had to kind of cheat and get out at the market open while the price was in my favor because of, the low liquidity. And it really was like every morning we go in and try to fight the shorts. He hated shorts. He's like, I never shorted a stock in my life. He's been doing this since the late 90s. And now I don't know how proud of me he is. I'm over here shorting shit coins every day. And I'm like, hey man, I got to get where the money's at. But basically, it was like that made me realize how like intense trading is that TradFi shit. I mean, you guys think crypto is crazy. Trust me when I tell you, TradFi is a bigger scam. It's crazier. There's way more loopholes and rat holes and all kind of tricks. And TradFi is endlessly scammy. Okay, crypto, at least the scam is kind of obvious. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's what always kills me is like crypto's a scam. I'm like, well, yeah, probably, but so is finance. And, I've lived it. So it's a hell of SPACs. Come on. I'm the guy who made the song SPAC Dream. You guys know what a SPAC is? Special Purpose Acquisition Corporation. That was such a fucking play. They never go below $10. So I could just sit, man, I had $500,000 sitting in SPACs at one point because I could trust. It was like a bank account. I wrote that in the song. SPACs is chilling. It's like, I ain't got no savings. I just use them as my bank account because they can't go below NAV. I mean, if they do, you could always redeem them and get your money back. So if they're a pre-DA, meaning they hadn't had a definitive agreement yet, you could actually just had $100,000 sitting there on this one ticker. And then what happened is we were early to this. And then what happened is it got hyped in January of 2021, especially in February, the peak of the hype. That's when I dropped the song SPAC Dream and I went on CNBC and shit. That shit was so hyped that even the pre-DA SPACs were going up. And then as soon as they would get announced, they were shooting up 50%, 100%, and we would just take our profit. Boom, get out. But that shit all crumbled like right after that, right? So that's why I knew when this hype cycle came with memes, I was like, bro, this is the same shit as last time. And, SPACs collapsed after that shit. I knew memes were going to collapse after they tanked. And so, yeah, my experience in both TradFi and, of course, I was still lived in the crypto hype, of course, of 2021 and 2022 as well. I'm like, bruh, like this shit is fake, especially if it's a coin that has no meaning, no chance at utility. I mean, part of the reason Zcash is pumping so hard right now because at least it has like a chance at utility. I don't think it's like Monero. I think it's a fake privacy coin. Honestly, they even call it's like semi-private. It's like optional privacy. It's how Zcash works. I used to hold a bag of it a long time ago. I don't know when the hell I sold that, but basically it's privacy coin, but it ain't. I don't know. It's not like the real thing. The fact that it's run this much is a little ridiculous. So yes, I'm shorting Zcash right now. I think it's the hype. I think it's the new hotness right now because people are looking for alpha anywhere they can. And there's a thing. This is the thing, you guys. The psychology for crypto traders is like this: up only, up only, up only, up only. What's bullish? What's bullish? Everyone chases what's already hot. They just buy it. Why? Because it's going up. And I'm telling you, this is like, that's not written on the charts, bro. Like, so me being tapped in with Twitter and shit and alpha groups and shit and hearing people, what everyone talk, that shit kind of matters. Like sentiment, there's a quantitative versus qualitative. Like that shit in crypto especially is driven by social media. So that shit matters. Like, but you still take it with a grain of salt. I still look at Market Cypher B to see when that momentum's running out. So let's take a look at Zcash real quick. So Zcash, I'm like, and I call this out, I say, is this the double top? You know what I'm saying? And this was the one that Blockchain Cowboy said. This was like right here yesterday. It must have been yesterday. He's like, is this was that this morning? Jesus Christ, everything's a blur to me, you guys. I'm on these charts all freaking day. He asked me, he's like, but what if that's a cup and handle? And I said, well, look, what was this a cup and handle? You know what I'm saying? Because if it was, that shit didn't play out. You know what I mean? So are we saying, what's the cup and handle? Is the cup and handle? Or was it, this drop hadn't even happened yet, right? So is this the cup and handle to here? You get what I'm saying? I don't believe in no cup and handles, bro. I'm sorry, I just don't. This is the hype cycle right now. I'm trying to see if it can break a new high. So far, it has not. The market, of course, is bearish right now. Bitcoin just dumped, and that's kind of explains this. It's still relatively strong compared to Bitcoin, no doubt about it. But cause that's why I like these CME gap lines. This blue one here is the CME gap. If you guys want to see, I keep this one on CME gap because they put on every ticker, not just on Bitcoin. It was 2 days ago. Couldn't have been 2 days ago. It had to be yesterday or Saturday. I don't know, man. But basically, the CME gap is right here. It shows you now where the weekend started. And then what I'm doing for that is I can see now relative, like obviously, since the weekend started, this is more bullish compared to Bitcoin, which is below where it had its CME gap, right? Where the weekend started. And then something like Moondeg is down even more. So Moondeg is definitely a bearish ticker right now. That's why I like the CME gap, like right now, as of this weekend, this ticker is relatively bearish, right? Should have shorted the hell out of this. I love it. I probably made more money on Breakout prop short and Moondeg than anything other than like Degen. Moondeg Peanut at APT. I made more money shorting these than anything. Swear to God. But Zcash is not in Breakout Prop, so we're doing it in I'm doing it in FIMX. But it's bullish, and I'm trying to get cute, which is I probably shouldn't be trying to short the strongest ticker in the game. But boy, man, my man Jackpot in the Profit Circle was like, I know you're gonna get one of those 4,000% P&Ls on this eventually. I said, before it's all said and done, that's what I plan on, man. We're not in a bear market like full. We're not in the bottom of a bear market at least yet. Maybe it started, but this is a hell of a move, y'all. Hell of a move. This was epic in 2021. Epic. This is ridiculous. And I saw a person on Twitter post. He said, let me try Marcus Ever A real quick. He's like, you guys are telling me that I'm supposed to go long this ticker right here, right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, I had no way in hell I'm buying this right here. I'm shorting it, or I'll stay away. Probably best to stay away, right? Let me tell you something. I'm shorting this, but I'm not betting the farm on it. It's kind of I called this out months ago when I was in Hawaii. I was telling you guys about spike shorts. Oh, you know what was my favorite spike short? Was this one, SPX. This one was the one. And I should have stuck with it. This one, Tiznank. This was the one when everything started coming back here from April. It was the leader, right? Like, and the reason I said leader is because this was its peak in January when everything else tanked and everything's down here. This was one of only one or two tickers that was beating Bitcoin on the way. Bitcoin was the first one to come back to this high. And then this one was one of the only ones ahead of it. And it peaked up here. I shorted it here. I don't remember. Maybe I got stopped out here or something. I didn't lose money. It was one of those ones that I think I shorted it here, actually. That's what I think happened. And I just got stopped out like here or some shit. And I never re-entered, but boy, it's just a meme coin. But they act like they're changing the world, like believing it like it's religion and all kind of shit. And boy, this is its October 10th wick. We can tell, of course. And yeah, it's now lower than that. All good things come to an end in crypto, unfortunately. And I think the same thing's going to happen to Zcash. It just is going to take a little bit longer. This one has genuine oomph. People believe in it. I've just been seeing all over Twitter. And the thing about it is, when there's no other bullish tickers, what ends up happening is everyone piles into the one that is bullish. It ain't too many to choose from. So they're going to go after the one. And that's why we have to be careful. So right now, like I said, I'm shorting this short squeeze. What ends up happening is it's probably best not to short the one that is the single most bullish ticker based upon this percentage right here. And sometimes I made the mistake, right? Because what happens is that one will run, it'll be on every platform's top list for at least 24 hours because it'll say it's its number one ticker of the day. And then all the regular folks and people who just chase, they'll be like, oh, it's up 75%. For whatever reason, the psychology of, like average traders is something's up a lot, so therefore I should chase it up here. And they end up getting wrecked. But they still do it. I promise they still do it. So sometimes what's best is to only do it on ones that are not as good. So here's one, and this is a perfect example. So shout out Blueberry. He's pretty good. And this is one of the nuances I've been meaning to say this. I wrote it one time. I don't know if everyone sees everything I say, though. What I like about Blueberry's call out, so in the future trade, just so you know, if you're a verified wave maker, for people who are new to joining the show, if you're in my private group, the Profit Circle, you have to be a verified wave maker to see the future trades channel. Okay. So I'll show it to you right now on here, but here's the future trades channel. People talk, they show their setups. And they're like, we're watching this one right now to see, we're looking for entry. So we'll put it in here. It doesn't mean we're buying it or selling it at this exact moment, but like, keep an eye on this one. This is your target. So we share this information. And so, because these are ones that look like this, that got over their skis. Okay. So today, Blueberry called out this one. And he's like, well, it's only up 7.4% today. But I like that because the one I called out light is up 75%. You know what I mean? This is actually, I called it out when it was at this orange line. This is the one that might go ridiculous and keep running because it's number one on everybody's list. It's a more risky short squeeze, even though you can make money on the way down. Here's the thing, though. When you're shorting, it doesn't really matter. Tom Crown in the house. What's going on, Tom? He said, save us. Tom Crown in the house. He's like, if things are bearish, I better check out what Cassius Cuvée is doing because he knows I've been bearish a lot. But let me tell you something. When things are bullish, you want to check out Tom Crown. All right. So, well, I'm looking at short squeezes right now, Tom. So the one I called out in the Profit Circle was light. This one, when you're number one, it's likely to keep running. But what I like about Blueberry is he calls out ones that aren't so ridiculous that they're on every single, short-term trader's mindset, like, because it's not going to be only 7% is not crazy. So I actually entered this one on this orange line here, and we've just been sideways. So, ain't no telling which way it's going to break. And again, always use proper risk management on these ones. On these ones, we're not trying to go heavy. We're watching our position sizing. Tom exited all trades last week. I just had my first long field. Yeah, and guess what, Tom? I'm actually long right now. Actually, I'm long Bitcoin. I actually got stopped out in a couple minutes. A couple FIMX accounts and then Breakout prop. But I'm looking for a bounce right now on Bitcoin as well. So that's what we've been talking about all morning and last night on the Profit Circle, because enough's enough, right? Like, how low can you go? Well, unfortunately, the shit can go lower. I can't believe it's at 93.5 right now, but I got a limit buy down there too. A lot of people looking at 92. But I remember on the way up, that 92 to 93 range was the range for a while when things first ran up there. I actually sold some of my long-term Bitcoin bags roughly in that range on the way up, which obviously turned out to be early, but I was just a little bit, So, 2025 open, basically tested, yearly candle. Yep. So, here I am too. I'm long too, Tom, believe it or not. I've been shorting this whole time, and now I'm actually long, and I actually got burned by it, but I'm still in it. Well, let me ask you this, Tom. How high do you think Bitcoin would bounce, right? Like, if we're going long here, at 93.5-ish, what do you think is going to bounce to? And I'm hoping, I want to see tomorrow. I want to see if the stock market is what I'm really looking at. I want to see if stocks get a bounce, man. They buy every damn dip in stocks. And what I was looking at here is this here. So I'm going to look on the daily here. Yeah, not hell no, ain't no God count. I'm like 100K. I'm not saying anything big. I'm lucky if we get to 100K. I'll probably be out before then even. But what I was looking at is this, right? So this is the last time we had one of these super run-ups, which is kind of like this run-up. Came down, we had this little bounce here. I thought maybe this was the top of the NASDAQ. It dropped, but it had this big green candle at the bottom. Same idea, right? We had this run-up. Here at, boom, drop, big green candle on this Friday. I'm thinking maybe we get a bounce on Monday in stocks, and crypto gets a little bit of life after this epic collapse here for Bitcoin. And I go long Bitcoin. I don't really short Bitcoin. I short the shit coins. But if I go long, Bitcoin's usually the one I'm going to go long. So that's what I'm hoping for. I didn't think we would drop this low. I got stopped on one account at this red line. And I'm early. I'm always early. So that's okay. That's why I had other accounts too. But we're betting on a bounce too. Exactly. I'm betting on a bounce as well. What do you think? So Jesse says 103,000. I don't know. I don't know how high. I'm watching, me, I'm watching the momentum waves down here. I want to see, they're not looking very good right now. I can tell you that. This 8-hour green dot, thought maybe it would start to roll over, but we got a 12-hour. That didn't mean shit. That didn't mean a damn thing. So it's like, yee, that's tough. However, if, and this is a pretty big if right now, it seemed a little more promising when I started the show. If we do get a bounce right here, this is my little bullish divergence here on the 4-hour. Lower low, higher high. This has to roll over though. That ain't happening right now. But if this does roll over, if we get a pump right here, that would be a 4-hour bullish divergence is what I'm looking at right now. Shares still not going long to open short down here, open the year. Yeah. This year has been an incredible disappointment. I absolutely did not see that coming. Well, yeah. Honestly, Tom, I did. I shorted the fuck out of these. Meme coins ruined everything, bro. Like, if you saw my music video, Crashing Waves, I'm laying all the blame at the feet of meme coins, man. They stole liquidity and the hope and shit out of all my utility coins. Bitcoin performed well. I mean, Bitcoin got TradFi money pumping it. But, like, I'm up 4,000% and shit on all these meme coins and shit because I shorted them all at the top. So it's like, it's a tough one. Listen, I got the same long-term bags I've been holding since 2021, all right? So I wish. That's why I say on my song, it goes, knowing the future don't mean that I'm wishing for it. I got a position for it. Damn right, I'm a giga short it. All anyone can do is play the hand that they dealt you. You don't want to hear the truth? Well, man, I can't help you. So I shorted the hell out of the meme coins, but I wish with utility coins. First, we chased hot things. All season, we got dreams, but you scrutinized legitimate projects and bought memes. Okay. After shorting the price of a top scheme, after pumping the price of a top scheme, now I shortened my live stream. Yeah, so Bitcoin didn't go down as much, exactly, but the upside is wildly small, exactly. That's why I'm trying to buy the dip here. I am shocked it went this low, but you know, what if it runs to 100K and then rejects off that psychological number? This support that I drew here at 100,692, we got a couple bounces off that. It could bounce off that and turn right back around. So that's what I'm hoping. We get a run that high. That's good money in breakout prop if it hits that, you know. Let's see, but the upside is wildly small. This low is this fast. It's hitting your open now. Right now, it just did. Yeah, this minute. Right, we're at 93,670, 92, whatever. Yeah, exactly. Just now. So is this the scam wick down that everyone should be buying? That's the question, right? Should I put in a buy order right now? Let me see on breakout prop. Put in a buy order right now on breakout prop. I'm down on this one. Should we double down on it? Put a little more money in. Go for it. Do we have the balls? We're going for it. All right, let me put in the stop loss. Gotta have a stop loss, especially in breakout prop, because if they go through maintenance or anything like that, you don't want to fuck. Man, that's kind of a big loss. That's a deep stop loss. But I'm like, fuck this. I don't want to get stopped while I'm asleep. I want to see if we get a pump. If that was the scam wick, let's see. Anyway, so you guys see, I just entered that long right here. Try to make back this money. Here we go. That's it. I'm not doing any more than that though. We're gonna let this one ride. We're gonna let it ride. All right. Well, I'm glad you jumped in here, Tom, because it made me average down on this one right here, man. I want to win some damn money. You know what I'm saying? I want to win a long for a change. All I've been doing is winning shorts. I want to win a long. So I'm glad I got the king of longs in the chat right now, y'all. Tom Crown. And if you guys don't know, by the way, I made a Tom Crown song. Now I gotta play it. Now I gotta play the Tom Crown song. Hold on. I got to play the Tom Crown song. Hold on. Where is the Tom Crown song here? I gotta play it. This was a banger. Come on. Where is the Tom Crown song? I got my list here. Got a lot of songs on this list. Man, I realize I've written a lot of rap songs about crypto, y'all. A lot of rap songs. Let me see. Tom Crown. What the fuck? It must be in the files. Let me see. Hey, let me get that Tom Crown song. Irrationally bullish. You know, he'll play it tomorrow. Right on. Play it on your channel. Right on. Let me see. No, I got to play it on my channel since you're here. Tom Crown, y'all, was the first person that is like a friend of mine, influencer, to ever actually check in on my live stream. I was really just getting set up. I had done only 2 other shows. It was my 3rd show ever, which is really like my first show. I had technical difficulties. And Tom came on and checked me out. So I appreciate Tom forever. But here we go. This is the Tom Crown song that I made for his live stream or whatever he wants to use it for.
They call me Thomas, last name Crown. They call me Thomas, last name Crown. They call me Thomas, last name Crown.
Kind of scratching that Timberland.
They call me Thomas, last name Crown. Recognize gang, I'ma lay mine down.
You already know the name brand. They recognize the shades, and just like my main man, I entered with a game plan. Whether it's the bear or bull market going straight ham, got me winning trades. I'm just trying to get paid, fam. This ain't a grifter with the usual slick talk. It's premium TA on YouTube and TikTok. Fresh like they just got removed out the Ziploc. Cool dodging red days, smooth as a crip walk. Hard to imagine this. I used to be bad at this, but now I'm extra special with the technical analysis. Follow your homie and expect to get paid on every trade till the dollar signs reflecting my shades like Tom Crown.
They call me Thomas, last name Crown.
Hey.
They call me Thomas,
Last name Crown.
They call me Thomas, last name Crown.
So Tom jumped in my live stream that day.
They call me Thomas.
I've been trying to make Tom a song for years. I had ideas and shit. I don't know. You get sidetracked or whatever. I wrote that song that night.
Recognize gang, I'ma lay mine
That
down.
night, I had to jump on this one.
It's your boy Cassius Cuvée. You know I always recognize the real one.
Special with the technical analysis. Till the dollar signs reflecting my shades like Tom Crown. Shout out Tom Crown, y'all. Guy's been doing TA for so long, consistent every single day, which is hard, y'all. All right, now that shit is hard. I tried to go every day when I first started. That didn't happen. I'm now doing once a week. The Sunday show. It's to come up with your boy Cassius Cuvée. Let me play my little intro sign. I don't know if I played it earlier. It's to come up with your boy Cassius Cuvée every Sunday at noon Pacific time. I take requests, y'all. So if there's tickers you guys want me to look at ever or whatever, join the Profit Circle, call it out, and I'm taking notes all week, so we have stuff we can go over when we actually get on here. But this is the Discord here, actually, right here. But man, it's great to have Tom Crown jump in here. Give me an excuse to play the song. I think that song is banging, man. Oh, are you going to be in Art Basel this year? I'm going out. Me and Loudmouth are going to do some big shit out there this year. So make sure you check us out. We're going to be staying on South Beach. If you guys are out there, hit me up for sure. I gotta do a song. I gotta write this one with him. It's a banger. I got the beat, but I haven't finished the song yet. So I'm about to step away from the charts and get on that one. But anyways, man, I've been on here for a minute. This is one of the longest streams I've done in a long time. Link for the song. Oh, I gotta send you the song. The song's not out because I gave it to you. I didn't want to play it on none of my shit because then you might get flagged if you play it or whatever. I don't know how the shit works, the social media. I'll just have to send you the song. Link the song for me so I can't find it. Yeah. No Art Balls for me this year. Probably more traveling until next year. I feel you. All right, cool. Well, yeah, let me, I'll probably just have to text you the song or email it to you because it's not out nowhere. So there's no link. It's all yours. So take it and run with it. But yeah, that same day you jumped in my live stream, I was like, stop what I'm doing. That night, I stayed up all night, wrote that banger. I knew I had to find a good beat. I had one more banger from this batch of beats I had. And I was like, this one is the beat. And I knew, I actually didn't know. I must have, at some point, I knew I wanted to do that Timbaland. They call me Thomas. Last name, Crown. And I was like, it works over this beat hella well. Okay, put on your page so I can get a link when I play it. Okay, so like put it on the YouTube channel, you mean? Or you mean put it on Twitter page? I could put, let me think. I have to make a video out of it because that's just audio right now. I got to put some graphic on it if that's the case. Put it on page. I can link it when I play it. I could put it on YouTube. I guess I'd put it on YouTube. And then I'll just have to make a graphic. You got to send me a picture. What picture? We need one where you with the Tom Crown shades on. You feel me? Let me see. Where are all my shades at? My shades are all upstairs and shit. I just have these ones. The Tom Crown shades, though. We got to have the Tom Crown shades. Or, you know what? I'll probably use that picture when we did the interview at the Bitcoin conference where you did the price predictions in 2023. That one was a dope picture that we had. I said, Tom Crown with the shade. You were the first person on the video. Tom Crown with the shades on. And you give the Bitcoin price prediction. Maybe I'll do a screenshot of that as the graphic. Oh, help your channel people from my feed stream and click it. Yeah, absolutely. Listen, I appreciate it, man. Shit, I appreciate the traffic for sure. All right, cool. Let me get on that after this live stream. Hey, and I didn't play any songs this show, so it was great to have an example to put out. No, it's not on Spotify, Jesse. The song, I didn't even I want to give it to Tom, see what he wanted to do with it first, because if he puts it out, I didn't want to have it clash anywhere. But we could put it out. The Timbaland voice is a sample, but it's worth a try. I could put it out. I could distribute it. I'll have to do the artwork. Tom, I'll use the picture of me and you with the shades on, and then we'll put it out that way so people can play it, add it to their playlist and whatnot. And then it gets stuck in the hell. I got to listen to Tom Crown. I can't miss his show. They call me Thomas. Last name Crown. But anyways, yeah, I didn't play any song on this show. So it was great that you jumped in here and then I got to play some music because, I love to share my art with the folks, man. Listen, I was born an artist. I'm going to die an artist, y'all. I don't give a damn what I'm doing, whether it's trading or traveling or whatever. I can't help myself. I got to make a song about it. So that's what I do. Or any of the people I watch, right, Tom, everybody I learn from, I like making songs about what they got. Because, what they taught me, I should say, right? The technically man's extra special with the technical analysis. Follow your homie and expect to get paid on every trade with the dollar sign reflecting my shades like Tom Crown. Anyways, man, yeah, so shout out to the chat, man. You guys been great today. All set. Jesse, obviously, Tom jumped in here. Blockchain Cowboy. Got some folks I haven't seen before. New folks in here. Great to see JSP. Who else was in here? There was another new part. The first person who jumped in here was new. Steve is in here. Young Mope was in here. Cervanto. Matt Edema. I know he likes rap. He likes lyrics. That's why I like Matt. He be quoting my lyrics on Twitter. So shout out to everybody who jumped in the chat today. Remember, any questions about anything, man, we're pretty open in the Profit Circle. We're going there. Anybody can join. The link is in the description of this video. Anybody can go in there and then in the general chat and just ask anything, right? And we got to be careful. We kick out all the scammers and people putting links and stuff. You can't even post a link, actually. Only I can post links. But anything in here. And then if you want to become a premium member, over here is free for 1 month. All you got to do is create an account, my FMX account, and then and you're in. And then, if you're a contributor or whatever, I might just give you a lifetime subscription. So 2 weeks ago, that's what I did. I gave top 10 people who are the most active people a lifetime subscription. So shout out to the wave makers, man. Y'all been crushing it. Keep doing your thing. Here it is. Here's the level tracker. So I don't even track it. It was based upon the bot inside of Breakout. Inside of Discord. So, no favoritism played. It's just whoever's active, this was tracking it. So, man, we appreciate everybody who contributes because we all eat when folks are putting trades in there. So Blueberry, still killing it as regular. 7 days a week, too, y'all. I can't stress it enough. We really are 7 days a week in there. Like, when we say 7 days a week, I'm talking before I go to bed and as soon as I wake up. Like, we 7 days a week. I don't know. I think we spend too much time in there. But crypto never sleeps, so neither do we. And we got international people there. Jackpot, he's in the Netherlands, I think. So, like, we've got Europeans in there. We got people from all over. So, anyways, man, that's it for today. It's to come up with Cassius Cuvée. I'm excited. I'm happy Tom jumped in here. I'm telling you, he was the first influencer buddy of mine to jump in here. I think Altcoin Daily might have been the second. But it's great to see other live streamers jump in the chat every now and then. So I appreciate y'all. Oh, Ryan in the house. There's Ryan. We're just about to close it out, Ryan. So make sure you go back and watch from the beginning if you're just now joining. Thank you, Jesse, for posting all the links and everything, man. I really do appreciate that. Oh, the poll. Let's end the poll. What does the poll say? All right, let's see the poll results. Okay, have you ever tried a prop firm? 59% said no. 59% said no. So, okay, let's see. If we close the week out here. Yeah, the week is about to close. We got only a couple hours here. If we close the week out here, what? Okay, 59% of y'all have not tried Breakout prop, or any prop firm. So right now is the perfect time. We have the contest. There is a $100,000 eval giveaway if you use my referral code, my invite code. It's actually a discount code. So you'll save money on your evaluation, but you also get entered into a contest where you can win a $100,000 eval. All right, let's see. So Tom says, I think we see capitulation, of the remaining bulls. Fear and greed could go to single digit. Yeah, we definitely could. It's getting worse as we talk. Man, I was hoping for a bounce by now, though, to be honest with you. This last little candle right here that we're looking at is a doozy for me right now. This is the 4 hour. Boy, I was really hoping we would get this bounce over here. It ain't looking so good right now. 93.4? Ouch. The one time I try to go long, I jinx it, y'all. I jinx it the one time I try to go long. Right, if everyone's bearish, we go up. Yeah, it happens every cycle. I know, right? I mean, the only question is, for Bitcoin, the sideways action. You know what I'm saying? So you're the last bull. You might be on some of this stuff. I mean, again, I think we get a bounce here, you guys. Like, someone in the group is thinking we could bounce to 110, 111, I think is what Jesse was saying. I don't know if we get that high. Maybe we will. I'll probably keep one of my accounts open or only take partial profit. Breakout prop, I don't hold anything that long. But I'm really hoping this is the 10-minute. Like, can we find the bottom? God damn. I think if stocks can pump, crypto will play catch up. This is just it's like the buoy below the water. It'll shoot up when you push it down that fast. You know what I'm saying? I just thought it would happen here. Now I'm hoping it happens here. This is I'm hardly ever bullish, so it's tough. It's just that Bitcoin is the one that I believe in. Moondag, I don't. This is the one I short. This is the one I go long. So, it's tough to see that. Of course, I try to get cute and short stuff like this, but that's for a different purpose. This one, Blueberry called out a short squeeze. So I am in this short. I am shorting this one. Short squeeze. It's going higher. I could get stopped. These are small. These ones are these small positions, though, you guys. I'm not betting the farm on these. Just you get lucky, it goes down forever. Like some of these ones. Oh, my God. Like what was something like this one? Yeah. Like Dusk. Shorted up here. I didn't write it all the way down. I took profits too quick on this one, but that's what ends up happening on some of these. Like, woo, all the way down type of situation. That's why we short some of these, because they're like epic opportunity. I shorted this. I ended up getting out. I was jinxing it. Remember? I got big long-term bags of this. I was like, I'm jinxing it up, and I kept getting stopped on my little shorts. And then, of course, my last one, I think I won some little amount of money. I got out, but that wasn't a good one. But yeah, some of these, man, they squeeze and then they come all the way back down. This one is another one. Do you guys remember this? So here's the thing. I do want to say this. When you guys are trying to short some of these super duper shit coins on Fimex and stuff, you got to watch out for the funding fees. This one got me on the funding fees. I've had them in the past get me on the funding fees, whereas they're so freaking shitty that when they have big movement like this, they raise the funding fees so high that you can literally lose more money just on the fees than you can on how much you'd make in the trade. I literally think I got liquidated on this because of funding fees. And it wasn't even that much money, so I'm not really tripping, but it was like, what the heck? Like, it never hit a stop loss. I just looked up and saw it was liquidated. I was like, hold on, the price is not even, it was almost where I entered. So that's why you actually can't trade all these. And again, I was giving a shout out to Blueberry because the ones he calls out are not so crazy. This one right here, he called out, you know, it's only up 8%. That's not like super duper crazy like the one I called out, which is up 88%. You know, the ones that are up these high, they keep running. It's probably best to avoid those or wait. These ones are best. You can like, okay, the momentum kind of died down. If it goes against you, it's not going to like smack you all the way in the face. So I do like the fact that he's a very disciplined trader. The guy's got a lot of experience. And it's interesting. He doesn't call out the obvious ones, but he calls out the better ones. So shout out Blueberry, always holding us down in the profit circle. But, man, anything else here? We got Jesse. Appreciate you putting the links in there. Now I got more homework time. I got to upload the song. And I'm going to do that, though. That'll be fun. I'm going to upload that, and then you can link it. So I better do that tonight. I got to get the picture. But, man, Profit Circle's been killing them. Appreciate everybody in the group. Shout out to the chat. Y'all been special. We're going to wrap it up today. That's to come up with your boy Cassius Cuvée. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Big week tomorrow. Again, in the Profit Circle, someone posted the links to, like, all of the events and stuff that are happening this week, which is cool, like the calendar. Let me see that real quick. In the general chat, too. So anybody can see this in the general chat. T-Teaser. Shout out T-Teaser. Different key events this week. So, again, we all contribute information because I forgot. I was like, NVIDIA already got earnings? That was been 3 months since those earnings? God damn, time flies. So, anyways, it's good that we have these kind of things. Blueberry sometimes posts as well in Market Analysis channel. And, something to keep an eye on during the week. So, anyways, man, that's all I got for you. It's your boy Cassius Cuvée. 1 week left to enter to the Breakout Prop Contest. Any questions, hit me in the Profit Circle. Leave comments below this video. That's pretty much all I got for you guys today, man. It's to come up. See you next Sunday, y'all. Peace.